What's up? What's up? And welcome to the Arthur Moats Experience. I'm Arthur Moats, and you know what time it is. Hope everybody is doing well out there, baby, amongst the Steeler land. Okay. On this beautiful Wednesday, man. Always a blast whenever we get a chance to get together, man. Get a chance to have conversations, man. Have a little fun and talk about the gang, the guys. Like always, we will have a nice, fun show today. Okay, let me make sure I do a little housekeeping on the front end. Almost had a whoop-de-whoop mistake, and then I had to say the whoop-de-doo, right? Or whoop-de-doo. You know how it go, man. But either way, here we are. And like I said, man, later on today, we will have TaNeisha from At Really Flawed. Obviously, like I said, man, we do our victory formation, and traditionally we do that on Thursdays, but today it will take place on Wednesday because I got to move, schedule around a little bit for tomorrow. But we're excited about tomorrow also because I got the heads up on who our Steelers guest is going to be. Okay, now it's audio again. Just throwing y'all out there, let you know on the front end because I like y'all. All right, so we call in, but we got the homie Corliss Waitman. He will be joining the show tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for some reason on our channel, we seem to be really focused on that punting battle, the punting competition. So you ask and you shall receive. All right, so we got Corliss Waitman tomorrow. He's going to join the show. We're going to talk to him about the competition, about all the things that he's been enjoying this year, about how he even got brought back to the squad last year, and everything interesting about Corliss Waitman. All right. So I am excited about that. So yeah, shout out to you, X Concepts. I know you've been hollering. And they just you. A lot of people know, hey man, punt. What about the punting competition? So we're gonna talk to him. All right, we're gonna find out. We're gonna hear from the horse's mouth. All right. So I am excited about that, baby, without a doubt. Like I said, that will take place tomorrow. Trying to think, is there anything else? TBD on tomorrow's start time. I'm trying to see if we're gonna keep it at the 4:00 or if I might bump it up a little bit, just because, like I said, tomorrow, man, we'll have to get off a little bit earlier following the interview with Corliss Waitman. All right. So, like I said, man, definitely excited about that though, man, because the kid's been, hey man, he been putting the heck out that ball this year. We like, hey, bro, you look kind of special when you kicking the thing like bow, bow, bow. So, like I said, man, we definitely got to talk to him, find out more about that. Let's see. Also, oh, that's right. New content just dropped. I was like, yo, I'm supposed to be telling you guys something. I got like 30 different things going through my mind right now. It's been a rather busy day, but ups and downs like always. We'll get to all that stuff in a little bit though. But in terms of content that's just dropped on the channel last night, shout out to a lot of y'all that were up here with us last night. Me and TaNeisha, we did our crossover joint stream where we really put a bow on last week's matchup, man. Deep dove into a lot of that stuff last night, man. Shout out to everybody that was rocking out with us. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, definitely I encourage you to do so. For my members, all right, the members late last night, y'all got a new video that just dropped. It was the interview that we did in stadium on Sunday with Ryan Mundy, former Pittsburgh Steeler, West Virginia Mountaineer, Michigan Wolverine. We did that live at Akashore on Sunday, so we put that up there, early access for the members. Give y'all, a day or so ahead of time, ahead of the gang, and then from there, man, the general population could get that action as well. All right, shout out to y'all. And we also got a film session that we'll be releasing probably later tonight, now that I think about it, because that's already locked in, edited up, feeling good about it. So we'll probably get that out there to you guys, members and regulars. All right, that'll be dropping later on tonight as well, man. So for sure, make sure you tap into all of that content and keep your notification bells on as well. I know people always say that, keep notification bell on, and I was like, man, who cares about the notification bell? But definitely keep the notification bell on, all right, because you don't want to mess up on the content that is dropping. All right, so shout out to that. But on the front end, though, man, we did lose a member of the Steelers Nation family, man, Steelers Nation radio family, one of my actual coworkers as well, Dale Lally, man. For those that don't know, man, Dale been working with the organization now for a while. I know when we first started SNR, when they first started Steelers Nation Radio, the digital media element of it, he was one of the first people to actually be on air, man. Dale and Matt, shout out to them dudes with The Drive, right? One of the founding shows on SNR programming. But yeah, man, obviously he had got sick recently, man, and it was just unfortunate that, he wasn't able to beat it, and yeah, succumbed to the cancer and stuff like that, man. But 56 years old, an absolute awesome guy, though. I don't know if y'all had the opportunity or the privilege to meet him. Like I said, for me, man, working with him, let's see, I've known him since 2014 when I joined the squad, when he was covering me as a player. But then once I retired and I got a chance to transition into the media element, that was one of the dudes that we worked with, man, on the regular. One of the guys that I would see typically when my show was ended with my man Wes Euler. Shout out to the guys that know about me and Wes. We would get done at 2. Matt and Dale be the guys coming in right after us, man. So, like I said, man, definitely one of those people, man, when you talk about his ability to just lighten up the room, man, his ability to articulate information. And that was one of the things that I was really just always impressed with Dale about, just how he could formulate his opinion, formulate his stance, and it always had facts based in it. It was never just fluff. It was never just he's throwing something out of thin air. Nah, man, he had hard facts to back up everything that he would say. And like I said, man, he was a fun guy to be around. A year ago, when I went out there to the combine in Indianapolis, we got a chance to hang out with him, man, throughout that whole process. And it's just crazy to think that him and Wolf aren't here anymore, when both of them dudes, were big parts of that, right? In terms of, like I said, not the combine that just passed this year, but in 2024, like I said, all of us out there, man, just having a blast cutting it up. And I literally remember different parts of different restaurants where, all right, one guy's talking about, all right, man, I like to eat this. Shout out to Wolf. And then you'd have Dale over here talking about different music. He likes, I like to pair that with this, but I like this drink. He'd be like, yo, this just a vibe, man. It was just beautiful to see. And it's crazy to think that, man, a year later, how much everything has changed in terms of those guys no longer being a part of the SNR family, man. So definitely, one of those things that is insane, man, when you're talking about losing those type of people, man, and specifically Adele Lally. Like I said, a guy who's been a staple on Steelers Nation radio, man, Steelers content. He's been one of the main people, man, from the organizational standpoint, man. So like I said, man, when you lose a voice like that, man, you will all definitely feel the impact of it. I know in terms of some of the people that had questions about the programming over there, Wes Euler, the guy that I was doing my show with over there, Steelers Blitz, he's now working with Matt Williamson. Obviously, he was filling in during the time, man, we had to move some stuff around, but obviously nobody wanted it to end like this with Dale. So yeah, a lot of fluidity over there, a lot of moving pieces and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely thoughts and prayers though to Dale, to Matt, to Wes, man, to everybody that's impacted. Obviously, Dale's wife, man. Like I said, man, just one of them things, man, where when you get a chance to like see the behind the curtain, man, and actually like get a chance to build a relationship with a person, you can see why he had the impact that he had. And like I said, it just sucks that, at 56 years old, man, way too young to be checking out of this thing, man, way too young. So before we get all the way into the show, man, we do want to do a moment of silence for Dale Lally, man. Like I said, that's my guy. Shout out to Dale, man. Shout out to Dale. An amazing time on this earth, man, in terms of the human form. And yeah, man, we'll go from there, man. But definitely RIP to Dale Lally. All righty. Said, man, always tough, man, when you're dealing with the loss of life, man, and it's never really an easy way to transition from it, man. But I do see a lot of y'all in the comment section, man, showing love to Dale, man, and we do appreciate that, man, because like I said, man, a lot of people are impacted by passing of a guy like that, man. Not just the guys that work with him, but man, the consumers, the people that have listened to his content, listened to his voice, man. So without a doubt, man, without a doubt. But like I said, man, no easy way to do this. So we just gonna rip the band-aid off, man, and pay this bill real quick. So let's knock it out. Let's knock it out. All right, you know what time it is, baby. Today's show is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. We're talking about the top-rated sports booking app in all of North America. Safe, secure, and my favorite, reliable. And we know NFL season is back in full effect, and we all are enjoying the emotional roller coasters, right? The highs and the lows. But that's what we like about it, because when we get a chance to actually add some more incentives to our emotions with these games, it just spices it up that much more. And how do you do that? Same game parlays, of course, you got those options. Of course, you could pick prop bets and everything else included. It's a plethora of options for you to indulge in. But You know me, man. If I'm going to talk to you about it, I'm coming correct. Promo code is Moats. When you make your first bet, $5, you will receive $200 in bonus bets instantly. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful concept, all right? But at the same time, I understand you get lost in the sauce. For some people, you might even develop a gambling problem. Well, if you live in New York, you see the digits that you could text. But for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER. I said 1-800-GAMBLER. I said you better call 1-800 Gambler, Gambler, Gambler. All right, now back to regularly scheduled programming. You already know the drill. Drop it in the comment section where you are tuning in from, so that way I can give you that big boy shout out to start the day's show. And of course, don't forget to hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Let's go. And shout out to X Concept. He says, yo, Moats, you blessing the eardrums right now. Salute, man. You know, I try to do a little something, man. You know how I try to get it in. Hey, Shazy, bro, I'm shocked that your volume went down. I don't know what happened. You never turn the volume down when that screen changed. You know what time we on. Hey, shout out to Hannah. He says, here comes Luis Satch Moats. Oh, strong. I'm telling you, boy, I got a little Louis in me. Now you heard me. Hey, what I want to. You know my skills, man. You know my stay low. But let's tap in. We got some shout outs pulling up today. Jaron, Pittsburgh Steelers for life. Always in the 559, Visalia, California. He says, working in the Chico area today. Also, shout out to Chico. If you know, you know. A.A. Ron, David Decker, all the way in the 585, Rochester, New York. And he says, Moats, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Shout out the hump day. Shout out. It's actually my favorite day of the week. I ain't even gonna hold you, okay? Anywho, Rod Dollar in the 330 Youngstown, Ohio. Shout out to Youngstown, Mr. Sherrod Line. You already know what time he's on. And I do see a Michael Hyrack. Always appreciate you being here in the 724 Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, now it's a party. You know, we got Wendy Johnson tapping in the 562 Long Beach, California. And she says, Moats with the vocals. Hey, shout out. You peep the skills. You peep the skills. I tried to change the rendition up this time too, right? Show a little versatility. All right. I ain't want y'all to just say I'm a one track, you know, I'm a one hit wonder. So I had to give you a little spice, a little versatility. All right. Shout out to the Don Hefe Quantity 323 Watts, California, and he's currently at cosmetology school. Let's get it. Let's get it. Faux show. And he says, hit that like button one time for the culture, and you might as well subscribe also if you are new to the channel. And I do see you as well, Rashawn Jones in the 732 Neptune, New Jersey. And I am not into my shout outs without shouting out Leah Warren all the way into 254 Colleen, Texas. Let's go. And she says, new week, and she's ready for the victory. Well, we're going to get you right today, all right, Leah? Because like I said, I called up TaNeisha. She pulling up today. All right, we're going to do victory formation on a Wednesday, okay? We ain't waiting. We got to get it today. So you're going to hear all about this Patriots matchup and what we like and how we're going to, you know, what we got to do to take care of business out there come Sunday. Okay. But let's get it. Man, all right, so let's tap into this first topic. You already know the drill. Hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. I'm going to do a quick update on the AFC North. Like I said, man, I know last week we didn't have the outcome that we were looking for, but we still have our eyes set on the right thing, which is we got to lock up the division first. You lock up the division, that obviously gives you the biggest and best opportunity for, you know, playoff position and being the way that we want it to be. So, like I said, man, this year, man, I do want to make sure that we're a little bit more, at least on our channel, focusing more on that storyline to just kind of keep it in the forefront of, man, what's happening around us as well. We know what we did well, what we struggled with, but what were some of the things that, some of the other teams in the division also did well or struggled with. So, as I am bro, why in the heck with this thing? I don't want the NBA schedule. Sometimes technology be acting weird. I'm like, yo, this is a football show. We talk ball. We talk football specifically, and I'm talking about the AFC North, but the computer or AI, whichever, wants to come over here and give me some daggone NBA schedule. Don't nobody care about the NBA right now. We do not care about the NBA right now. All right. Catch me in a couple months, man. It's football season now. You know what time I'm on, man. All right. But to update, man, what took place within the division over the weekend. We obviously know that we had everybody up and active, man. Ravens versus the Browns was the first one that I want to talk about, man, because both of those were division opponents facing each other. Ravens obviously came into the game 0-1. Browns were 0-1 as well. Ravens took care of business, though, won 41-17. Obviously moving to 1-1 within with their record, and now Browns fall into 0-2. But cool information and cool stuff taking place in that game. Obviously, for people that may not have watched it, fourth quarter went insane for the Ravens. It was like a 15-point game, and they scored like 21 unanswered to really explode. It was like the flip of what happened in that Bills game. They obviously had the lead, and then we know in the fourth quarter, Buffalo was able to walk them down and ultimately surpass them for the victory. This week versus the Browns, they was not allowing that. Now, context though within this game, man, Lamar played well. 4 passing touchdowns, looked good out there, right? But weirdly, this was for the Ravens their lowest rushing total as a team since Lamar Jackson has been on their squad, man. They had let me pull up the actual total number. But I say, because I know Derrick Henry only had like 40 yards rushing, I think it was in the game total, which was a little bit surprising. Actually, excuse me, they had, as a team, had 45 yards. Derrick Henry only had 23 yards. Lamar had 13 yards. So a little bit surprised at how well the Browns were able to defend the run, because those numbers sound insane when you're talking about Derrick Henry not having 30 yards rushing and Lamar Jackson not having that, but yet they win by so much. And you ask, well, how did they do that? Well, they did it in a couple of ways, man. Defensively, they were lights out. You look at the Browns from a statistical standpoint, you obviously have the interception, but they also had a fumble return for a touchdown in terms of Roquan Smith. They took it 60 yards. Nate Wiggins, right? Their corner, the Ravens corner, had a 60+ yard interception return, gets tackled on like the 5-yard line. So you can see where some of those splash plays happen, and it helped overcome the lack of rushing yardage that the Ravens had sustained in that game. But a couple of things of note for Baltimore specifically, you had another Derrick Henry fumble. Fumbled last week, lost the fumble. That was one of the big turning points in that game for Buffalo. This week he fumbles again, but they're able to recover it. Just something to keep an eye on, right? When we're talking about ball security, we're talking about things what we want to have in our mind when we go and play these teams. Ball security. Right now, 2 fumbles from Derrick Henry, 1 being lost. That's something that we need to be able to take advantage of, or at least be having more intention on when you're playing against a guy like that. So we'll see, man, how that continues to go, though, from a storyline standpoint. Because don't matter how hard you run it, man, you start putting that ball on the ground, it changes everything. It changes the feel, it changes the trust factor. Heck, we talk about Caleb Johnson back-to-back weeks with ball security issues. One we obviously know was a fumble. The other was a little bit more of a lack in judgment. But either way, you think about how we feel following that. So that's the thing that I'm saying with Derrick Henry. Let's just keep an eye on it, man. You start putting that ball on the ground, you start thinking about it more, right? You can still be a great player, but you still got to have a fumble issue, right? So let's just see what that looks like, man, as the season continues to go. But like I said, good information with that. Now, on the flip side, for the Browns, from a defensive standpoint, or excuse me, from an offensive standpoint, they were one-dimensional as heck, man. They tried to get the running game going. Quinshon Judkins, he played well. 10 carries, 61 yards, average 6 yards a carry. But Flacco throwing 45 passes, it was way too one-dimensional, and that was largely due to Baltimore doing what they do, suffocate you defensively. Then they get the lead, a turnover happens, explosive play happens. Now you're playing catch up. That was more of that. But like I said, man, when I'm looking at this Ravens team, man, they look like they, are hitting the ground running. Obviously, we know our first two games have been a little bit of a mixed bag. I do feel like Baltimore first two games a lot more consistent from that Bills game to even this Browns game, where they still scored 30 plus, right? Obviously, this week they scored the 40 plus mark. That's something that we're going to definitely have to be alert for, and we'll see how that continues to play out. But as of right now, they do look like they are in, mid-season form. They are not tripping. All right, so let's follow that, though. Let's see what is looking like, or let's see what is looking like, as that continues to go on, or the season continues to progress. Next up, we had the Bengals. Now, this was the game to me that is the most impactful. When we talk about the Bengals, obviously, man, they were 1-0 coming into this game. The Jaguars were 1-0 also. Bengals took care of business, though, won 31-27. Super impressive, right? We talked about how week one, they only scored, 17 points. So for them to come back this week and score, 30 plus, everything seems like this should be, the perfect situation, right? This is good. This is what you want to see. Problem is this: Joe Burrow got hurt, turf toe injury, and it's pretty significant. He's supposed to miss about 3 months, has to get surgery on it. Best case scenario, he'll be back in the November, December timeframe. But as we all know, that's a lot of football that has to be played during that time to even have relevance by the time you get to end of November, December. Big thing to watch for now with them. Now, what I will say is this, though. Familiar person came in and had success, Jake Browning. We know Jake Browning. Jake Browning has had success against us before, right? In the exact same situation where they don't have their main guy at quarterback, and Jake Browning comes in as their backup. And yeah, he for sure has had his fair share of success playing against us. But this is also one of the things that I think for him, he just feels confident, or at least comfortable, stepping in. Like I said, man, they didn't really change their approach. He threw the ball 32 times, 21 of 32 for 241. He had 2 passing touchdowns. Now, this is the nasty part about his game: 3 picks. So high risk, high reward, feast, famine. There was a lot of turnovers in that game, man. Trevor Lawrence had 2 picks, 3 tutties on his own. It was a mess, right? But the thing that we all also have to be aware of is what I said last week, right? When they barely beat the Browns, and we said, man, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins were held combined less than 50 yards. It was nuts, right? Not the case this week. Jamar Chase had 14 catches, 165 yards, and a touchdown on 16 targets. Okay. T. Higgins, 3 for 56 with a touchdown, had a long of 42 on 8 targets. So they're not shying away. They're not changing much from an identity standpoint with Jake Browning in comparison to Joe Burrow. The biggest difference is just that Jake Browning isn't as good as Joe Burrow, right? In terms of decision making, in terms of the ability to make certain throws. But Jake Browning is a good player, and he's shown that, man, this is what a serviceable backup looks like. This is what a quality guy that has been in the system for a couple of years has understood, when he gets opportunities, how to maximize them and take advantage of them. It has a little bit of the Matt Flynn vibe, a little bit of Tavares Jackson vibe on him, man, in terms of just feeling like, that's a high level number 2 right now based on performance. Heck, even Mason Rudolph with the first stint here, remember when he replaced Kenny Pickett, we were like, we felt like, man, this is a very high end number 2. So that's just also something to take note of. We will see if Cincinnati is able to stay afloat, right? No Jake Browning, or not no Joe Burrow. Let's just see how that continues to play out for those guys, man, because we know how tough this league is, man. We talk about it every single day when we come up here, man. We talk about it in terms of these matchups when we're previewing them, highlighting certain things that stand out to us. And we know quarterback is the most important position. So when you don't have that guy that you've paid the most money to or that you want out there is a little bit of a, decline in production from the position. So that's the thing that for us, if, Jake is the quarterback by the time we see them, we got to be able to take advantage of that. All right. So let's, like I said, man, we'll stay tuned with that. But for both of Browns, Bengals, and Ravens, in terms of who they have this upcoming week, right? All of them are on Sunday, or excuse me, two of them are on Sunday. We also know the Monday night matchup. We'll get to that in a second. But you got the Browns. They'll be hosting the Green Bay Packers at 1:00. All right. So obviously, man, that's something that if you know what I'm saying, we obviously know we watching, but still something that, all right, in the back of our mind, we know that, we got to see what that looks like as well, man, because Green Bay is a team we're going to match up with later on this season, but Cleveland, we're going to see them twice a year, so let's just see how they face off, right? Then you have Cincinnati going to Minnesota at 1:00. We know we face Minnesota and Ireland in a week, right? Shout out to everybody going to Ireland. But Bengals, man, we'll see what Jake Browning looks like, man. Second, or this will be his first start this season, taking over for Joe Burrow now that he's, like I said, going to be out for a substantial amount of time. And we'll just see, man, how much their offensive identity shifts with the change at quarterback, or do they still hold true to, Jake Browning 30 plus attempts, a la Joe Burrow style, and you just live with the good in terms of the touchdown passes and the not so good in terms of the interceptions and the turnovers. We will see. It is funny though, when you look at the lines though, right? In terms of DraftKings, we'll talk about that tomorrow more in depthly, but as it stands right now, they have Minnesota as a 2.5-point favorite over Cincinnati with Jake Browning. So a little bit of respect for Jake in that context, because just to give you more context, the Dolphins versus Bills on Thursday night, Buffalo's an 11.5-point favorite. All right. So just to let you know how they view Jake Browning stepping in for Joe Burrow, they don't look at that as some astronomical decline, but also they're looking at Minnesota and they got some questions because we know what their quarterback situation is or potentially may not be right now. Let's see. We also have where are you at? There we go. Monday night, right? That's the one that I think all of us should have eyes on because we want to know what Baltimore looks like, and if it's really as real as it keeps seeming, because it seems like it's pretty real right now, but we'll find out. But they host Detroit, the Detroit Lions, man. We know Detroit just put up, was it 50 on Chicago? Now, some of that was a little bit of the bad blood, or not bad blood, but sending a message to the new kid on the block, your former employee, Ben Johnson. So I get that part. But like I said, man, that's one of those games, man, that it'll be interesting to see a different style of team, right? In terms of the physical run approach, but still having the ability to throw the football. How does Baltimore react to that? Because I do feel like we're more in a mode of what Detroit does. That's what we're growing into in terms of being able to run the ball with two-headed monsters, but being a physical running attack, but can still hit you with the play action pass, hit you with the deep ball. That's what we want. That's what we're trying to get to consistently, and we see glimpses of it. So I'm interested to see how Detroit in that style matches up with Baltimore right now, how they adjust to some of those things, man. So like I said, good information either way with that, man. And yeah, it'll be a good one, man. It will be a good one. But shout out to the AFC North, man. Like I said, man, let's make sure we stay aware of what's going on around the league in our division. All right, but hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, either if you are new to the channel. I like it. Let's see. And we are Gucci on time right now, which is perfect, man. Because like I said, we will have TaNeisha from Really Flawed Football joining us. Like I said, man, around that 5:30 time frame. So we get 5:30 time frame, man. So we get a chance to talk victory formation and preview this Patriots matchup. Like I said, I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. I ain't gonna hold you. I was waiting to finish this apple juice, man. I love me an apple juice. Sidebar, are y'all juice people? Do y'all like juice? Like, I legit love apple juice or orange juice. Like, in my refrigerator right now, I got like a ton of these things, man. You think I'm shopping for a little kid? I'll be like, nah, this for me, baby. Love me some juice, though. God, dog. Give me a cold apple juice, man. 100% juice. Oh, man. Oh, I ain't even tripping. I don't care where it's from. Just make sure it's fresh. Make sure it's 100% juice. I need to see the 100% juice. Once I see the 100% part, that label right there, it makes me feel so much better. I just feel like, oh, I feel healthy. All right, all right. I feel like I can research and drink 100% juice and I'm good. 100% juice, water, little Gatorade. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, that's what I'll be on, man. But I stay with some juice though, bro. The juice, I think I drink juice like it's soda. You know how like some people are like, oh man, let me get a pop. Let me get a soda pop. Let me get a soda. Let me get one of them. Let me get a Coke. I'll be like, yo, you got any juice? You got apple juice, pineapple juice, orange juice? What type of juice you got, man? All right. Stay with the juice though, baby. Ooh, David Deck, you said orange juice is the best. So I'm always torn between which one I like better, orange juice or apple juice, right? Because I feel like with apple juice, I'm allowed to drink it any time of the day. Whereas I feel like when I drink my orange juice sometimes, and it's not like for breakfast, people be looking at me kind of weird, like, hey, bro, why you drink orange juice? I'm like, yo, it's good vitamin C. It tastes good. Pope or no pope. Like, it's fire. You know what I mean? Tropicana Minute Maid. I don't discriminate, man. Just give me some OJ. Okay? But yeah, oh, Shazy, the cran grape. Yes, sir. Bro, the pineapple juice is undefeated, bro. Pineapple juice for sure is undefeated. I love a good pineapple juice. I just don't like the fact, though, that it's hard to find pineapple juice in convenient little cups or plastic containers like this. They want to put them in the daggone like metal joint with the pop can. I'm like, bro, man, once I open it, I can't even reclose that joint, man. I'm stuck. That's the only thing I'll be liking all the way about the pineapple juice, man. Unless I go get the big joints, and now I'm like, whoa, it's massive, right? But shout out the pineapple juice, though, for a fact. Let's go. Okay, Hannibal, I see you over here. He say, yo, orange is so delicious. I'm telling you, look, one of these days, because I know the members, y'all got that special access. Y'all be seeing some of the behind the scenes. I'm going to take y'all on a refrigerator tour one day, all right, upper room. I'm going to just show y'all how stocked my fridge really is of literally apple juice, all right? Like, just apple juice, right? Just apple juice, bro. A little bit of Gatorade in there, just a ton of apple juice, though. All right, throw some waters in there, too. All right, some of the water I'm going to use to, like, water the flowers and stuff like that. You got to keep the greenery around here. I got that green thumb. But for sure, whoa. Wait a minute. You wanted it. Now you have it. I'm looking at you, Skype barrier. What do you mean orange juice is mid? Can we please have a conversation? Pretty please. We're going to get to these super chats. We're going to get to talk, but I need to know what you mean orange juice is mid. Because like orange juice, like if there was a Mount Rushmore for just beverages, there was a Mount Rushmore for like just juice. OJ is going to be rivaled as like the first face you see. Apple juice up there. Then after that, you throwing pineapple. It's like you see like, then we talk about, are you a cranberry or you a tomato juice? Like, where you want to go with this thing, man? I like the cran apple. I ain't tripping on the cran apple. Cran grape is fire too. But it's like, where we at with that thing, man? So help me, man. Help me. Shoot, have you ever had strawberry lemonade? Strawberry lemonade? Oh, my God. Man, that thing open the pink bottle. Oh, you better stop playing with me, man. Oh, you got to stop playing. Let's go. Dog, you say you want to see the research room. Look, you might be in it, man. This is a multi-purpose room that we have built over here, okay? So, yeah, a lot of everything takes place in here. We got the kickback in here. We got the telly in here. We got the view. I got my music stuff in here, man, whether I'm listening or creating, right? Tell you I'm a drummer and pianist, so I got that in here, man. Yeah, bro. We just everything take place in here. All right. So yeah. You might be witnessing the research. All right. You might research the research room. All right. I only want to put that out there, man, because you never know. All right. Some people over here like, hey, you said, like, yeah. Yeah. But not everybody has that. So, you try to be a little bit more mindful, a little bit more respectful of people. So I get it. But for sure. Oh, I see you, bro, Barry. Cranberry on ice. Whew. That's fire. God dog. Oh, you know what? I think I can get behind this one, Shazy. And we're going to get back to focusing on ball. We're going to get back to all that. But I get distracted on occasion, all right? And yeah, never trust a Hawaiian Punch fan. Low key, you know what, man? I used to swear by Hawaiian Punch before I was 18. That was like my favorite thing. My mom and pops, man, they used to have an in-home daycare, so we would have all the Hawaiian Punches everywhere. The big blue joint. man, you be like, yo, God dog, man, they really killing this drink. And man, we would get in trouble for sneaking down and like really just, going to work on the juice. So as I got older, I'm like, bro, this joint ain't even 100%. This joint ain't even like that. So it's like, man, it's cool, but I for sure would rather have a juice or a Gatorade versus the Hawaiian Punch, man. I'm with you on that, man. I'm cool on the Hawaiian Punch vibe, man. Oh, okay, Leah one. Leah's too cool for our juice. She says, give me a Pepsi, and she's good. See, that's how my wife be talking. But she's team Coke. All right. Wifey loves the Coke. My dad going, daughter's only Dr. Pepper. I'm like, yo, y'all don't want the juice? You just get your apple juice. All right. 100%. It's good for you. All right. Hydrate while you having fun. While you enjoying your taste buds. Yeah. Let's get it, man. But shout out, yo. That is wild, man. Leah said, y'all only drink the Pepsi, bro. Throw me the Pepsi and I'm straight. Oh, we got the orange drink. Let me find out you at McDonald's right now. Everybody knows McDonald's is the king of the orange drink. All right, for sure, we gotta have orange drink. Yes, sir. Hey, it was funny, man. I used to always think it was like really like orange juice or orange. It's like, no, it's literally just orange drink, bro. It's just, yeah, that's what that is over there. All right. But it's fire though. You definitely gonna put a little ice in it though. Definitely gonna put a little ice in that thing. All right. But it's fire though. Absolutely, man. I can dig it, man. But shout out to y'all, man. And I appreciate y'all humoring me also when I sidebar like that. I didn't mean to, derail us from our hard-hitting X's and O's. You see, I even got my work polo on. All right. I was down there at the stadium earlier today, doing who was I interviewing? Oh, John Banaszak, man. Steelers Super Bowl champion, man. Multiple time Super Bowl champion, U.S. Marine Corps vet, USFL champion with the Michigan Panthers. Man, awesome dude, man. Always enjoy talking to my man John Banaszak, or as he likes to tell me, John Arthur Banaszak, since I'm Arthur Nathan Moats. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, we both Arthur, so that's my guy right there. All right. But yeah, man, that was definitely fun. And the FedEx employees that were down there in attendance for today, that was cool, man. And some of them actually fans of the show, man, watched the show. So, shout out to y'all, man. I did. So I was going to, what I'm saying? Throw y'all some love. I shout out to FedEx. You know what I mean? Y'all showing love. Y'all be showing love. So, feels mutual. You already know that. But absolutely, man. But yeah, man, I for sure get distracted over here, man. But yo, the orange drink. Oh, he said the orange drink hit like a Sprite. Now, listen. I know I don't drink sodas like that, but when you start bringing up Sprite, that is my favorite soda of all time. Okay. I love Mountain Dew. I think Mountain Dew is like a cool, convenient drink. If you were going to indulge in a soda, that would be the one I choose. Code Red, Live Wire, Voltage, if I had to pick, right? But nothing in terms of a carbonated beverage surpasses the Sprite, baby. Every time I open up Sprite, you know what I think of? I think of the little puppet LeBron James, the little puppet Kobe Bryant, and those little puppet commercials that they would always have about Sprite, and how Lil Bron puppet was always chasing after the Kobe puppet because the Kobe puppet was so decorated, had all the raids, all the success. But I absolutely loved that commercial. Heck, I got the pool. Y'all see I got the pool, right? And I'll be doing my pool workouts, and I'll be running in the water. And I'll be envisioning the LeBron James Sprite commercial when he was doing the pool, where he had like 30 different versions of himself, and he's doing the pool workout. And it's like he does the cool flip to land and drinks the Sprite. I'm like, yo, I'm a Sprite guy through and through when we do that. All right. Shout out to my Sprite drinkers out there, man. Sprite for sure, though. That's the number one, man. Hey, man. Look, some things we can't even debate. Okay. How you going to debate against Sprite? What my X Concept say? The lemon lime hits just right. Like what I tell you, it's perfect. It is the perfect blend of lemon and lime. That's why I Sprite, bro. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Shazy, you're doing way too much, man. You are doing way too much. Canada Dry over Sprite. Are we trying to be like healthy? Are we trying to like, you got a cold? You can't get ginger ale? No, man, get up out of here, bro. Sprite, man. You gotta have that Sprite every single time if you're gonna do it, man. And then you got all the burps afterwards too. You smell it through your nose sometimes, man. All right, shout out though, man. Hey, Shazy talking about some thing on Canada Dry, man. Come on, man. We're supposed to be working together here. All right. Jeez. But shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. And hopefully y'all are enjoying today's show. And if you are, don't forget to hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. So we're gonna do real quick, man. Do see we got a couple of super chats, so let's tap into that. And I think we're gonna have a little more fun in here before TaNeisha joins us. All right. So let me get this first. I should have proofread it, but such is life. Shout out to the homie Justin Gordon. He says, as someone who played with Shazier, is Peyton Wilson cooked? Or can he rise close to a Shazier level? I know Shazier was one of one. Is Shazier still on the coaching staff? Shout out to my dog Shazier also, man. In terms of Shazier's role, no longer on the coaching side of it, but or in his traditional role, no longer in that, but he's still very much part of the organization. Now he's doing some of the alumni relation stuff as well, man. So it's always dope to talk to my dog. I was like, I was just literally on the call with him about 2 weeks ago. It was like, yeah, he was actually one of the ones leading. It was like, oh, shout out to my dog. But I'll say this, man. I feel like have different perspectives on some of the players than the general public, just because of, you know, my knowledge of it and my ability to kind of go back off of my experiences. I don't think in the least bit we should be worried about Peyton Wilson. I know it's, you know, sexy to go online and pull up one or two bad plays and highlight them, and that's what gets all the engagement on social media. So I'm sure everybody saw the play where he got ran over by the fullback and it was like, oh my God. But it's like, man, go look at what that dude did in his game, man. He was everywhere. He's everywhere. Tackles for loss, playing downhill, sideline to sideline, coverage. It's everywhere. Was it perfect? Nah. But you just for context, right? When we ask, like, yo, man, is he cooked? It's like, I just want to pull up specifically what he had last game, just from a statistical standpoint, because he was actually super productive for us on defense. But this is the problem when you have a bad player or two, man. We will focus on that. Remember that way more. But the dude had 10 tackles, a sack, a TFL, and a QB hit. Like, that's a lot of production at this level, man. A lot of production. Heck, even PQ, we were getting on him. It's like, dude had 6 tackles, TFL, and where was his other? Oh, and he had a QB hit also. And it was just like, yo, fourth quarter though was when it got bad, right? You allow first off, for Peyton Wilson specifically, you get ran over by that fullback, right? And obviously it was an explosive run. And then we see the big touchdown run at the end of the game where him and Patrick Queen take bad angles trying to backdoor play, and now it ends up being an explosive touchdown. Those leave sour taste in all of our mouths. So we're not minimizing that or overlooking that. But when we break up, is he cooked? Cooked versus the dude that just, you know, was one of your most productive players in the game, I think are two very different ends of the spectrum. So I think for Peyton Wilson, he's developing right on top. I think he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. But this is the National Football League, man. If he was perfect out there the whole time, man, it would be awesome. But nobody, even the dude that's getting paid $40 million, isn't that right now, right? All of these dudes have some variation of, you know, adversity out there. All these dudes have some variation of not so hot plays up there. It's just certain plays get highlighted a little bit more because of when they happen in the game or what might have happened after that play, right? So we talk about Caleb Johnson. He was the poster boy for it this week because him not, you know, going in the end zone down on the ball ends up being points, then we end up losing. So it just felt like it compounded. But it's like, man, still other things that, you know, that took place, or still are things that he might have done well in the game. And it's like, but you don't even get a chance to really appreciate it because of when that play happened. So that's the only thing that I would caution just everybody when we're talking about Peyton Wilson, even Patrick Queen right now, for the first 2 games. Like, yo, they did do some positive stuff out there. But when we look at 100+ yards on the ground, that's a collective. We're going to focus on LBs, but it was a collective, right? Because then it's not just 1 versus 1. It's, you know, 11 on 11 out there. So that's the part of it. But I have a lot more confidence in Peyton Wilson, man. I'm not, like I said, the least bit worried about him. And I think as long as he stays healthy, he's going to continue to be productive for us and only get better. What year is he again? Still very, very young. Catch what I'm saying, baby? So I like it though, Justin. I definitely like it. Then you spend the block on me, man. Shout out to the homie Justin, man. Spinning up. But he says, people say move Keanu Benton from nose tackle to D tackle. But if he's on skates at 1, he'll be on skates on all of them at the 3-4, in a 3-4. Same with TJ. He's been that guy and everyone knew it. They couldn't stop him. Now they can. OCs look for 90 and will help or run away if he's left or right. So shout out to everything you just said right there too, because there's a lot of validity in what you said. The only thing that I would just kind of like, we'll button it up a little bit more, right? So in our defense, we obviously know 3-4, right? So we throw out D tackle, but it's a 5 technique in terms of how he would be playing it with our base scheme. He would go to the D tackle spot, which he already does when we go to our sub package, when it's just him and Cam, 2 down D linemen. The thing though that is true though, it's like, man, he's playing with bad pad level. So pad level is his issue, and that doesn't matter where you play him, man. He's gonna have that. We talked about that last night on the stream with TaNeisha in terms of what I feel is causing that. I don't think that it's a lack of ability. I think it's him trying to make the play, but he's visually looking for it versus actually just playing within the confines of the defense, staying fundamentally sound, and then the play naturally happens, right? And there are two different things, man. So when you watch a dude that's constantly playing up high, he's constantly trying, man, where is it at? Am I getting there? Versus, man, fire off the ball, flat back, low pad level, hands inside, hitting on the rise. And now once you shock, lock, and get that separation, now you can find the ball naturally that way. And it's going to also protect the defense, which also protects our LBs, right? So I look at that and I say that that's the part where we're looking at the coaching staff and we say, man, you got to find ways to kind of hammer that home. And sometimes hammering that home is, I'm going to draft a guy in the first round that can do that. Sometimes hammering that home is, I'm just going to take you off the field now that I have somebody that I can replace you with. Our current problem is that guy is not healthy. Derek Harmon. Once he gets back healthy, that changes stuff. Now you have a legitimate alternative to Keanu, and that will also inspire him to play with the correct pad level consistently, not just every other time. But until you feel that type of pressure, that type of urgency, that type of, man, my job is literally on the line, my role is on the line, it's sometimes you're just casual about it. And he's a young player on top of that. So you got a lot of variables with Keanu Benton. I'm not giving up on him though, man. To me, I think that he's just one of those guys that it's like, man, you have to remind him of this stuff, man. Show him the tape, show him what it did look like, and now what he is currently looking like, and hopefully that will resonate with him. But if not, that's why you drafted Derek Harmon. They drafted him for a reason. He's just not healthy right now, so that's one of the things. And in terms of, with TJ Watt, man, we know there's certain things that he's always been viewed as the boogeyman, right? And there are certain things that you can try to do in terms of moving them around, but at the same time, man, teams are going to check away and they're not going to run certain things towards him, regardless of what people feel or think about him, just because of what he's put on tape consistently. But we also know, man, we still desire more. And I think that's also within our right. I mean, when you talk about it, getting, what he's getting, it's like, yeah, man, we got higher expectations for you. But that's the fun part, though, man, with where they're at right now, the sort of cat and mouse game that gets played at this level. We're trying to maximize our strengths and hide our weaknesses, right? And that's where there's personnel, where there's schematics, where there's coaching staff, wherever we feel good at, we want to highlight that. Wherever we struggle, it's like, yo, how do we avoid this? How can we get that the least shown? And on the flip side, we're trying to expose you. Hey, man, what do you struggle with? I want to make that be your main. I want that on Front Street, right? So everybody's kind of going through that, but that's the beautiful part of the game right now. And I think that that's what we all enjoy, is that gamesmanship, man, right there. All right. And shout out to the homie James Skitka. Always appreciate you being in the building. You know that. He says, Moats, so sorry to hear about Dale Lally, RIP. No, seriously, man. Still crazy, man. Doesn't make sense. And here we are. And he says, I liked listening to him, and I check out Matt Williamson too. Shout out to Matt. That's my dude. He nice with it. Thanks for keeping us updated, even if it is sad news. Now, if the Steelers win this weekend, it will be in his honor. Now, I'm with you on that, man. And trust me, any of us, man, that, have had the opportunity to work with Dale, work around Dale, or interact with him in any capacity, yeah, all of us feel that loss, man. Because like I said, he is genuinely a good dude. Like, you got some people's like, yo, you good on camera, but you ain't really good. You ain't a good dude. I don't want to be with you, man. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to associate with you. That wasn't Dale, man. And that's the part that, just man to man, you like, bro, I respect the heck out of that, man. And he was consistent. And that's all we ask for, man. It's like, yo, be consistent. Even from a professionalism standpoint, when you are giving your analysis or your critique in the players, just be fair and be consistent. Don't overreact to things that typically wouldn't warrant that type of reaction, right? But we know that for some people, man, they have certain styles and stuff like that. But I just thought that, man, as a player, as a person, that when you're experiencing it, you're like, bro, we prefer that. We like what that was right there. That was nice. So, like I said, man, definitely one of those ones, though, man, for sure, for sure. All right. But you make sure I got everything set up real quick, man, because I do want to get your guys' thoughts though on current Steelers situation, man. Like I said, we would have dropped a game over the weekend, and I want to know how y'all feel about where we are, man, before we have another game. And we know, like I said, man, TaNeisha will be on about 5:30. So phone lines, let's go ahead and get those opened up. The digits to dial are 412-346-6955. Once again, 412-346-6955. You call, I call you back, okay? But you call. Make sure you call, all right? Because I'm going to talk to you. I want to talk to you today. We got to get stuff off our chest, man. All right, I need to know how y'all feeling about the current situation here in the black and the gold, okay? So, yeah, hit me on the hip. I know you got the number. I just dropped it for you, okay? All righty. Man, I see one call that then popped in. Let's go ahead and bang the call bike. Let right. I got to talk to him. We got to find out. Hello.
Yo.
There it is. What they say, peace to the gods and the earth, bro. What the word is? What's the word? We got Rod Dollars, aka Mr. Sherilyn. Like I said, man, you so much of a regular on the show. Like, I know your number now. You feel me? I was like, oh yeah, that's Rod. I know that number. That's Rod. That's for sure, Rod. Like, shout out to you, man. As always, I appreciate you. You know that, baby. You already know. But let's get it going. 31-17, week 2, back-to-back 100-yard rushes. What's your energy, man? What's your thoughts? How we living right now, man?
Oh man, hey, right now I'm not in panic mode, but I'm in like what's going on out there mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we having issues that should have been addressed during preseason. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on out there, man? For real, man, with the D-line getting pushed back in the run game. And then I'm like, bro, we running the toss. Why can't we run the toss like the Seahawks ran the toss on the 19?
Why our toss play look different than they toss play, man? That's a dang good question, bro.
The edge, you know what I'm saying? Why can't nobody, you know what I'm saying?
I watched the Dolphins Patriots game. Even they had a toss play that worked. I'm like, hold on, bro. Everybody toss play works except our toss play. Why our toss play never works?
And then this another thing too, man. Like, let's stop playing. Caleb Johnson did make a big mistake.
Yeah.
He did make a big mistake. Let's get him out of there, though. He got to learn his lesson.
Yeah.
Put Jabril back there.
Ooh.
Jabril put his arm around him on the sideline and said, young pup, I'm going to show you how to spin. Young pup, don't even worry about it.
Hey, look. Can we get the old school pregame dance where he give us the full cue hop? Like, you know the clip. Everybody know the clip went viral. We're like, oh, man, what is this? Oh, he's fire. All right. Like, yeah, I need that because I know he nice with it, man.
And then in the tight end room, if I was in there, I would straight up have to tell everybody, Darnell Washington is tight end number 1. ETE 1. There's no reason why that man should not be on the field every single play unless he's tired. It's like having an extra tackle out there on the run play. And we know what he do after he catch the ball.
He mushy. He dribbling heads off the ground. You know what he on.
And then with Pat and Jonnu, we could still mix them in there on some plays. You know what I'm saying? But as far as tight end number 1 goes, that's Darnell's job.
Now, Rod, I gotta ask you though, Rod. He the brokest in the room though. We look at Moat and Jonnu. That's new money. Both of them dudes, double-digit things, man. How we
Man,
take him off
I
the
know. That's why we got.
field?
We
How
gonna
we
get
take?
him on the field,
I was
but as
about to
far
say.
as primary, like the base formation, like,
Because I'm
bro,
like,
we gotta have Darnell out there, especially in red zone. We need him out there on that field, man.
you know, I'm with
For
you. I'm
real.
like,
And then,
I'm with you for sure. But I'm like, yo, that's 20 mil between them other two. Hey, man, we need something now. We need
That's when the
something.
money come in and everything like that. We gotta like think about everything. Like, man, I just want to play football, man.
They say,
I
yo,
just want the best possibility out there that's gonna win the game. You know,
he said, get rid of all that fluff, get rid of all that, the politics. Yo, who's nice and who's
get
not?
rid of
That's what
all
we
that.
want.
I'm trying to win the game, man. I'm trying to win the game. I'm trying to put us in position
Yes,
to win, man.
yes. I feel you.
Hey,
Oh
and
my
then
God.
watching the game back, right, and watching the game again, like at first I was like, man, the O line, but watching it again. The O-line really good, and A-Rod really good. I have no complaints on the O. I mean, we can get better in the run blocking, for real. But shoot, A-Rod, he trying to do his job. Like, he trying to give you a chance to get open. That's why he holding the ball so long like that. And then the offensive line is blocking for real. He able to hold it that long because they blocking good. So I'm like, yo, that's on. And then that's when my eyes turn to the wide receiver room.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, yo, why is it so hard for y'all to get open? DK, you ain't even DK right now. I'm calling him by his government until we start making He's the Kalen. He's the Kalen from now on. The Kalen Metcalf. That's who he is.
Oh, man.
He said consistently, man. Because, bro, right now,
so
honest, bro, we don't even have a wide receiver
talk about Rod. You mean to tell me the 5 and ends and them slants that he done dropped back-to-back weeks that it got you hot on the bed? Oh,
bro, come on, man.
Your name is declared
out there, man. You can't be dropping, man. Nothing that hits your hand should be on the ground, man. And you already know how we roll over here when it's on the wide receiver. We had AB, man. If it gets anywhere near AB, he was bringing it down.
Come on, man. One hand, no hand. You can't stop that. Facts.
Man, come on, man. Come on, DK. We need the Kalen. We need a little bit more from you, baby. We need a lot more from you, man. You wide receiver number one.
Right.
You trying to be right now. We don't have a wide receiver number 1 or 2. We just got a whole bunch of wide receivers.
I'm still waiting on him to have one of them boss up moves, and then we can get the cool sign language in the end zone. I'm like, bro, we ain't even got that on the web. I'm like, yo, I want to stand on business, man. Come on, man.
We need consistency, man. Come on, we got everything going. Come on, wide receiver room. Come on, somebody step up, baby. Let's step up. Let's win. Come on.
Man. Shout out though, baby. Shout out. I like it. Well, I do gotta ask though. All right. Because I know I'm with you. It was a lot that, we left out that game with. Over here like, God, dog, bro, what we going to do? How we feeling about this? But then we got Patriots this weekend. Yeah. What's your early feelings on that one? You feeling optimistic? You feeling confident? Or you got questions over there also?
Oh, man, yeah. It's going to either go 2 ways, man. They're going to either blow us out or we're going to blow them out.
He said somebody get 30 on their head top. I don't know if it's us or them, but somebody will get 30, all right? Because they janky, we look janky.
From the Patriots right now, I'm looking at us and I'm like, bro, we can run the ball down their throat. Let's just run the ball, off tackle, zone, outside zone, inside zone, dive. We can do whatever we want to do. Like, let's go. Let's put a fullback in there and let's get it right. Like,
I get it, man. Trust me, because I'm over here like, both of them look like lunch meat right now. This ain't what you want. So something got to give. Something has to give because they can't have both teams taking the L. So yeah, it's gonna get interesting. It's gonna get interesting. Shout out to Rod Dollar Boy. Hey, yo, you are funny, man. Appreciate you as always, man. Taking time, man, to jump on the show with me, man. All right, you already know what it is, baby.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the chat, man. Y'all be easy, be safe, be smart.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Peace. Shout out right there, Rod Dollar, man. Take some time, man. Jump on with us. Said phone lines are open. I see somebody just look like they call. Oh, all right. Maybe I missed them. All right. Phone lines are open, man. So you know the digits to dial 412-346-6955. Once again, 412-346-6955. Doom these the digits. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I see you calling. Let's find out. I don't know who this one is. It's a newbies. Let's find out who the newbie be.
Hello.
What's the word? What's the word? It's Arthur Moats who I'm talking to. Who's calling,
Man.
baby?
You know this is Jared Pittsburgh Steelers for life.
Man, when I tell you, I was over here like, he say 559. I'm like, that's Visalia. We don't know any other Visalias. I'm like, yo, that's got to be him, right? Shout out to you, Jared Pittsburgh Steeler for life. Always appreciate you too, man. The way that you support the channel, man. The way that you always tapping in, man, from the heart means a lot, all right?
100.
Let's go. But, man, let's get into it, man. How did you feel following Sunday's game? 31-17. Nasty looking, 100 plus on us, back-to-back weeks, 30 on us. What's your energy, baby? What's your energy?
All right, first things first. Our defense did not give up 30 points back-to-back.
Ooh, talk your talk.
Put that there. I'm tired of hearing about it. It was 24. Okay, it's still not up to to our standards.
Less than 30 though. I like what you did right there. Less than 30 for sure.
Okay, and I might be seeking comfort.
I love it. I love it. What it is. Cook. You cooking right now. You cooking. Get in your bag.
It was tough. It was tough to watch, but our O-line, they did their job.
Shout out.
They did do their job. Two of them, A-Rod ran into. It is what it is.
Absolutely. I like that. Okay.
DK got to get open.
Yeah.
Wide receivers got to get open.
Facts on that. Now, how do you feel about our wide receivers? We know that was, one of the things that was really talked about prior to the season starting. Wide receiver two. Week 1, different result with the wide receivers and in comparison to week 2. But what's your energy on that group right now, man?
Where's 10 and where's 13?
Ooh, okay.
That's what I want to know.
Okay.
Where's Roman and where's Scotty Miller?
Our little speedy tough guys, man. Heck yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we saw Scotty last year and saw what he did with our plethora of quarterbacks.
Ain't that the truth?
We saw what Roman does in this preseason. Granted, it was against 2s and 3s, but I think that could work.
Yeah.
Because those two are like our former number 18.
Ooh.
Just get open and catch the ball.
Yes. I like that right there. And I wonder also how long we're going to stay married to this identity of 12 and 13 personnel, where you're seeing more Darnell, John New, and Pat Freiermuth versus some of those smaller wide receiver groupings where you will get more of the Romans and Scotties out there with the DK Metcalf and company. We just haven't seen a ton of that, but I do see what you're eyeing over there. I like that, baby, for sure.
I mean, why not put Darnell in the backfield?
Ooh, okay. All right, we'll spice it up then, because that's what we doing with Darnell or with Connor. Excuse me, with Connor Hayward. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
That's
a lead blocker. You can flare out into the flat. Just and then you can still have Johnu and Pat and DK on the outside.
Man, he trying to break out the big body group right there, man. We're gonna muscle everybody to death with that one. Heck yeah.
Something's got to happen.
No, respect on that. Respect. Now, what about defensively? I know we said that they ain't give up 30. It was only 24 points. So shout out to them. They did get better from week 1 to week 2. But did you leave out of there feeling whole? Did you feel validated when we say we got the top paid defense in the league? Did you feel like, you know what, man, they're my guys? Or did you have a little bit different feeling on Sunday?
Yes and no.
Oh, all right. Shout out. No. All right.
It's going to take a little bit. There's a lot of new faces in there. Yeah. It's going to take a little bit. Between new faces and injuries, I get it. Next man up. I get that. But if your next man up isn't starter capable, give us after the bye. And then my answer might change.
Okay, all right.
But, we need Harmon in the middle.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the first rounder. I mean, when you think about it, definitely the first rounder.
First rounder, big body.
Mm-hmm.
YA, he needs to, once he gets his feet underneath him, he can possibly, because that's what we've been missing for a while.
Yes.
Is, a Casey Hampton.
Shoot, I was about to say the closest we probably had was between Javon Hargrave and Tyson Alualu. I was like, but with both of them, it was still, we never had long enough to really appreciate it and fully like lean into it. You know what I mean? So now we're trying to figure out who's the next, who's going to be it. And we wanted to be Ben. That's the young dude, man. But right now, man, he's in a little bit of a slump, man, in terms of his consistency. So yeah, I see what you're saying, baby.
Benton, that's another to it.
Ooh,
he's not.
Okay.
To me, he's not a D tackle. He could be a D tackle, but he's got to put on weight, muscle, and
I see what you mean.
Get stronger. I just think he's too small.
Yeah, I see what you want. Okay. Let's go, man. You over here talking today, Jaren. I like it, baby. Shout out. Hey, look, y'all know ball in the 559 for South, y'all. All right, shout out. Let's go now. We know we got another one coming up though this weekend, baby. That's the NFL. We don't get to wait and lick our wounds for too long. It's time to turn that page. Patriots, how you feeling?
Run it down their throat.
Okay, let's go.
Just run it down their throat. Let's see who the toughest is. Give our defense a break, sustain drives.
Yeah.
And then when you keep running it, play action.
Okay. Shoot, both coaches got the same identity when you think about what Vrabel's going to want to do over there, run the ball, play defense. So, yeah, I see what you want. I see it.
Blitz them, Cole Holcomb.
Oh, 5'5".
I need you in there.
Shout out to my 5'5" guy.
LBs, Peyton and PQ, they're too much of the same. Those are my tracker cover guys.
Yeah.
Holcomb, let's go, buddy.
Yeah, all right.
Because they got that over in New England with Bob.
Think about it, man. Spillane gonna thump you. You know that? Yeah.
I mean, if you can thump King Henry on the goal line and break your hand and still play, let's go ball.
Hey, look. In a clear win. It wasn't a stalemate. It wasn't. He took. He won. He won that rep. Like, yeah.
Back on back.
Yeah, he won that rep. Crazy. That's a bad man. Don't play with that man. Don't play with that one. Yeah. I like that, baby. I like that. Hey, man, shout out to you, Jaren. All right. Shout out to you. Appreciate you as always, man. Tapping in, man, and calling the day. All right.
All right, man. I appreciate it. And shout out to the chat. Y'all already know what it is.
Let's go. Shout out, man. This is a blast right here, man. Always enjoy. You know what I'm saying? We open up these phone lines, man. And as I checked the clock, I had to make sure we had time, make sure I wasn't, go mess up on anything. So yeah, we got time, man. Phone lines are open. Oh, I got called. Each one. All right. I seen you just called too. So come on. I know you're going to answer this call. I know you right there. I see you just called me, bro. Like, it ain't let me. Are you trying to call me? You trying to call me right now? I'm trying to call you back. I see you just trying to call. I'm trying to call you back. You feel me? Hey. Come on. All right. I think I got it. Here we go. I think. We'll know within the first second when he says hello. Fingers crossed. He might not. Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe. Oh, come on, man.
Please leave your message for 7.
Oh, man. That's wow. All right. We got to go call the next number then, man. How they going to call me and then leave me on red? That's nuts, man. Just going to scream my call like that. Lordy. Let's see who this is here.
Hello?
Hello. It's Arthur Moats. I'm calling to see who I'm talking to. Who do I have the pleasure of being on the phone with?
It's Gregory over here from Newport Richie.
Man, what up, Gregory from Newport Richie? Shout out to you also, man. Let's go. Appreciate you also tapping in and calling in. All right, let's get it, man. So how we feeling over there, man? We obviously had this week 2 situation take place, ruin all of our Sundays. 31-17. What was your energy? What was your thoughts on it, man?
Honestly, I don't like to be the optimist, but I felt like either Seattle or New England was going to be the trap game because there's always at least one at the beginning.
Ooh, respect.
So,
I see what you did there.
And the reason being that I kind of felt that it would be this way is just there's so many important injuries. Like I know we got Ramsey and Slay.
Yeah.
Joey Porter's out. Man. And then, you're starting Chuck Clark over Deshaun.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, but I think there's a little bit something in my opinion that I've noticed. I mean, again, like it's week 2, so I don't like to jump to conclusion because it's week 2. And, but that being, I think one person that this defense really misses, is kind of like the guy you were talking about, Robert Spillane, but I would say it's more Landon Roberts.
Ooh, shout out to E-Rob.
I think E-Rob was a big hit because he was huge for the run game. And Patrick Queen is an all-around backer, but he's still kind of getting into it. But who was it? Peyton Wilson. I feel like he's more of a coverage back. I know he can hit, but I think it's just taking time for everybody to adjust. So that's kind of how I feel about it. Like the guy before me said, like the defense did better. Like there are steps that are being taken, but I think with injuries considered, I didn't think it was a bad outing really, and I was really impressed by the O-line too. They took a big step forward.
Shout out to the optimism. It's so refreshing to not be the only one in the optimism club. Sometimes, I be like the only one in there and I get lonely. So I appreciate you joining me with the optimism. You know what I mean? Like I really appreciate that because I'm like, what's positive? I think it was good. I think it's some stuff we could build upon, man. We should fit certain things, man. But like you said, there is an adjustment period. Smaller LBs, new D linemen, you're missing one of your main guys you drafted. All of that has to learn to gel together and play off of each other. So you're absolutely right with that, man.
Yeah, I think also too, one of the things that's really confusing to me, and this is something that I don't really hear a lot of people talking about, is what was the whole thing about pulling Jalen Warren off the field when he was hot? Because he was toting it for a good part of that first half. He had some really nice chunk runs put together. I know he had that hurdle to get the
hurdle was
down.
filthy. The hurdle was filthy, man.
And then they pulled him. and
I just don't understand. Why are you overthinking it? You'll be like, why are you overthinking it? But I think part of it is this though. As much as Coach Tomlin loves the bell cow, right? In terms of the L Bell, Le'Veon Bell that he can give the ball to 30 times. I don't know if they believe Jalen Warren can sustain that. So I think part of it is they want to kind of like pace it a little bit. And that's where you can see the Kenneth Gainwell element. But from a statistical standpoint, I mean, Jalen Warren out-touched in terms of, opportunities to have the football. He had 20 touches, 14 carries. I think it was another 4 passes on 5 attempts and stuff like that. You look at the next running back, it was like Kenneth Gainwell had 5 carries. You know what I mean? And I think 3 catches. Yeah. Then Caleb Johnson, 1 carry, no catches. Like, so they still are giving him the ball more. But it's weird, though, at times, too, because I saw what you saw in terms of, you go from him being out there a lot and getting the ball a lot to kind of like the little quiet period. We're like, well, why is he not getting that ball? I think it's a little bit of that though, that the organization is trying to like protect against, so to speak.
Yeah, I
or
feel
sort of
to play a little devil's advocate though. Mm-hmm. I remember a time where Kenny Pickett was hurt and Mitch was was having a little bad time, so we put Mason in. And what was Mike Tomlin's response? Let's ride the hot hand.
Oh yeah.
So for context, like I feel what you're saying that Jalen had a lot of the touches, but it's in context. So it's in the fact that he's busting a 6-yard run, a 10-yard run, pull him out of the game and put Kenneth in for 2, then put Caleb in, and then put Jalen Jalen back in I just feel like that what does that do like to a player when they're having success and then they get pulled out, and then they go back in and then get pulled back out. So I feel like, to me, I feel like it's just like if he's hitting those runs, let him do what he's doing. Like he's doing a good job. We all know that he's running back 1 is very clear. He's running back 1, and Kenneth Gainwell's there for a purpose, to be that nice change of pace.
Absolutely.
I just don't see if you have a guy running people over, hurdling people, and getting these yards, and that's what's working. Then you pull him out, but let's put this new guy in, and it's not working. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's something that, like, again, I want to be optimistic about it. Not sure it's Tomlin, but it just doesn't make any sense. On top of that, the other thing is, I want more Darnell Washington love. He's so good.
Okay.
And I think just like that 2-point conversion where he caught it over to his head.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Like we're in a situation when we're in 3rd and short. Why not? Why not throw a little possession spot to him on the outside? I'm sure he can come down with it.
I like it. Well, and the only thing I would say is this as the rebuttal to both things. Part of, in terms of the Darnell Washington thing, man, as much as we love the jump ball and specifically him in it, just across the history of the jump ball pass, right? In terms of the mismatch, it isn't a 100% success rate, or is it even this crazy thing where nothing bad can happen? We've seen turnovers happen from that, penalties happen from that. So there are some things that you have to worry about. So that is just something that I do feel like at times they're not going to just spam it. It just, every single time run that, because it's not as effective as like the tush push, so to speak. Or sort of. In the other part, when we're talking about Jaylen Warren, once again, it's like, yes, we know he's our best, most productive, most explosive back on the roster right now. And that's why they paid, and that's why they moved on from Najee. But you have to gauge against the workload. Very similar to if you have a car, right? Your car can only have, how much gas is in that tank, right? So it doesn't matter what you think this car can do right now. It's like, it only has this much gas. And the refill is you got to sit it down, right? So that's part of what you got to have to gauge against as well. So it's like, there's times where you hit, you like, man, we getting good. We feeling good. But we know, man, we still got a long journey left ahead of us, man. Do we want to hit it all the way right now and just say, F it, maximize it? We're not going to live on our fears. Whatever happens, happens. Or are we going to say, hey, bro, pace it a little bit, man. I know we can hit this right now, but pace it. It's a long season, man. Pace it, because that's the other side. Because what you don't want to happen is when it really gets to the critical portion of the season, this dude has been overworked. And now when we need him and we, are trying to rely on him, it's kind of like the argument we've brought up with the defense on multiple times late in the years. They just don't have it anymore. It's like, man, they done lost it all. And that's the thing that I think that at times they're concerned with, because he is different in terms of his body shape, body type than Najee, who we know, man, he could take all them hits. And it was like, you almost got better as the season went on, right? It was like when everybody else got more sore, this is when you would get the Najee ball out of it. Jaylen Warren, though, with him being more of a faster, explosive dude, we got to worry about, man, what does the accumulation of this September workload do to him come November, come December? And you don't live in your fears, but I think it's just that's what they're balancing right now. So I get that frustration, because I'm with you. I'm like, if it works, why go away from it? But that is some of the behind the scenes thinking with that as well, though.
Yeah. I think one more thing too is just I don't know what it is, if it's the play calling or if it's Aaron Rodgers, how he's seeing the field. I just don't get, like, he's making incredible passes. Don't get me wrong. That little off platform throw down the side, like, that was
filthy.
It was beautiful. Best throw of the ball since then.
Yes.
But my thing is, I wish they would open it up a little more, because I'm a believer in Roman, and I really like Scotty, and I feel like if they just gave him a chance, I feel like they give DK the chance and he's doing his thing, and Calvin the chance and he's doing his thing. But it's getting to the point where you're doing the same thing, but it's not working all of the time. So I feel like there's at some point they've got to be like, we have these two guys. One's kind of unproven, but he's young, and one we know in Scotty has that ability to not just take the deep part of the field, but he's pretty good in the middle of the field. If you can get a route to get him open in the middle, he can take it for yards.
No, you absolutely
so
right.
Like, I just feel like there's a whole section of this middle of the field that we were talking about last year with, we can't throw over the middle of the field with Russ. And Aaron Rodgers was supposed to be that fix of, he's not going to play savior ball, but, at least he can throw to the middle of the field. And I feel like everything's either a deep shot in or to the sideline or something in the flat. And we're missing still this component of the middle of the field where you have receivers that are capable. And you still have John Newland, although I know he's been pivotal in the run game and he had that touchdown against the Jets. I feel like, he had a Pro Bowl for being able to catch and run the ball. And Pat's been really good too, but I feel like you have like a secondary Pat. You have two Pat Fryermuths on the team. And I feel like the utilization of the receiving game for them is, I feel like that it's used the tight ends mainly for running, which I understand for blocking and whatnot.
Well, because I was going to ask you, what was the biggest concern about our offense coming into the season? So when we talking about, but when we talking about the intent of like, yo, man, let's spread it out, let's throw these dudes, it's like our biggest concern has been protection. Heck, week 1, we know how people talked about the offensive line. Week 2, they performed way better, and now it's like, yo, we should throw more. And I'm like, it's people that didn't even think certain people should be employed on this offensive line just a week ago. So I think that's part of why you're not seeing all of that, because it's like, we all got eyes, so we know when there are certain parts of our offense that makes us question, and we know pass protection is that. So I think that's the part of why you're not seeing as much of the exotic or as much of the intentional, man, we want this guy getting more targets, we want this guy in these positions. You can't do that right now. And that's why you see a lot more play action. So when you say why are more of our passes to the sideline or deep, because we're doing it out of play action. When you give the run fake and Rodgers boots to the perimeter, it protects him and it helps protect our offensive line, but it limits some of the areas. So you see more 9-7-3 or 3-level route combinations, typically hashes to sideline versus middle of the field. And that's, like I said, one of the things, until O-line continues to build that trust to where organizationally or Arthur Smith wise feels that, they can sit there and protect, so Rodgers can build up some of these build up a relationship with some of those receivers. I think you're still going to get what we're getting right now, but they can change that. If they can give us more of what we saw last week versus versus less of what we saw the week before, you can get that. But right now, if I were to say, man, you had to put all of your life savings on it, which version of the offense line are you willing to bet you see on Sunday? Are you betting on the Seahawks version or are you betting on the Jets version? Because the track record has been more Jets than Seahawks.
Yeah, that is true too. But I don't know. I like the optimism. I think Broderick's going to bounce back.
Absolutely.
I think Broderick's going to bounce. And that's one thing too. I don't know why people keep sleeping on Broderick. That man is a monster. I know that he has. He has a little thing. I know he has a little thing about, like in week 1, but he owned up to it. He's had issues with sacks, but I think that really though, we think about when Broderick first came in, everyone knew he was raw. And that he was going to need work. And then we said, hey, by the way, you're moving to the right side of the line out of necessity. And so it's like, now we've got 2 years over here where we already knew he was raw. Now he's learning a new position while still being raw. And now we're flipping him back over to the left side of the line. He's only 24. So, like, I feel like we all know there's no denying his athleticism and his power and his ability. Now, I do have a question about that, though. Do you think that's more of a Pat Meyer thing, or is that more of a Broderick thing?
In what capacity? In terms of the sacks, to me, and this is part of because of me playing. When you're a player, you always feel like you're in control. So when a bad play happens, I'm never pointing the finger to a coach. The same way when a good play happens, I don't point the finger to the coach. We don't sit over here and for every good thing that the offensive line does, we say, oh, man, great Pat Meyer. Pat him on the back. He's the best. So why do we only do that when it's something negative that happens? I'm like, man, I look at Zach Frazier in terms of young development. I look at Mason McCormick in terms of another young guy that's developing. And I say, well, it's not a coaching issue because those two guys are developing just fine. I look at Isaac Seumalo. I say Seumalo hasn't regressed since he's joined our squad. So messaging from the coaching staff still seems fine. Troy Fautanu, another young high pedigree rookie. We don't look at Troy and say, oh my God, Troy, what are you doing? So why is it that with Broderick, we instantly say that's a Pat Meyer issue, but we don't look at the other four and say, well, dang, Pat, you got them dudes doing right. So that's why as a player, I lean on Broderick and I say, yeah, this is a Broderick thing. But Broderick understands he's capable. But this is also one of the things that at this level is every snap. And that's one of my critiques to the guys that I have seen come from Georgia at times. It's like, or some powerhouse programs. It's like, you guys were so dominant that you didn't always have to have great technique and fundamentals. That was part of my issue with Darnell Washington at times a year ago with him run blocking. It's like, at Georgia, just your sheer size. And he said it on our show. He came on as a guest and he said, man, I would just bully people because of who I was. Whereas at this level, it's way more technique. It's way more detail with it. And I just think for Broderick, he had to learn that on the fly. And it was a rough growing pain process. And I just think now he's he's learned from that. And we're seeing him be more buttoned up. But you can still see where the bad matchup week 1 still kind of got to him. So that's the thing where I'm with you. I'm like, yo, still have confidence in Broderick, but I don't feel like I have a Pat Meyer concern right now because I can literally point to 4 other guys on that exact same line of varying levels of experience and talent. And I don't feel like any of those guys are liabilities. So that's, like I said, at least that's my approach. That's how I view it. But once again, I know my experiences, man, lean more player side. So that's why I always feel like we in control, man.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel you. I've heard a lot of people talking smack on Pat Meyer, and I was like, I feel the same way. I'm like, these other Zach Frazier especially, and Mason McCormick, he was a late pick. You know, like, he was great.
And think about where did Mason McCormick play? Did he play at USC? Did he play at Florida State? Was he at Bama? No. You feel me? Like, this is 1AA small ball where he came from, man. And it's like, yo, so I can't go with the narrative of being a coaching issue. To me, that's more seeking comfort. That's why I want to point the blame on somebody to make me feel better about my first round talent, not showing up and being ready to go week 1. Right.
Yeah.
But give it time. And like you said, man, week 1 to week 2, we saw a very different version of Broderick, man. So I'm with you, baby.
Yeah. It's going to take time for everything to gel together. But I think, especially with that early bye, I think once we get past the Minnesota game, they come back. Yeah, I trust if there's one thing I know Mike Tomlin's good for is bye week adjustments.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So yeah,
I like it, baby. I like it. Well, hey man, shout out to you, Gregory in Newport Rich, is showing love, man, calling in. You know I appreciate you from the heart. From the heart. All right, now before we go, because I got about a minute left before I got to get up off of this thing. All right.
I got you.
Who you like this weekend though, man? Steelers, Patriots. I just need to hear you say it. I like when you say it. You know that.
I like my Pittsburgh
Steelers. All right. Yeah. Let's get it, man. Hey, stay safe.
There's one thing though.
Oh, what you got?
There's one thing though.
Yeah.
They need to watch out for that running back, and they got a running back in New England. His name is Travion Henderson.
Yep. Talk.
Remember, I am an Ohio State guy.
OH. Mm-hmm.
IO. That is a bad man. That is a bad man. If they thought the Jets game and Kenneth Walker was bad,
you better talk your talk.
It's going to be a long day.
Big facts.
It's going to be a long day.
Now, Greg, we're supposed to be on a positive note. Don't you do this. We optimistic. But you said optimism. Give me the optimism before we go. Don't you do me like that before we leave here, man.
I got a butt. Here.
All right.
I think after week 2 and listening to Patrick Queen talk about how he felt after that game, I think I put a lot of money on this that we're going to see a more fiery version of PQ coming out of the tunnel in week 3. Let's go,
man.
I got a little ongoing thing with some of my buddies at work, and I have PQ for at least one form of a turnover on this game. As far as, in my opinion, I think it's coming in the form of a fumble.
Okay.
I think it's a strip fumble, and I just something about it. I feel like there's a little ticker in Patrick Queen's brain, and I think it just went off.
Let's go
after the 2 big bombs, especially because the defense is so well paid.
Yes.
Even though there's injuries, I feel like they kind of all together as a collective look at, we're supposed to be all this, but we let up 30 to the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think we're going to see a new defense, but I look at PQ and say I don't see any reason why he's not going to be able to do a little damage. So there's my positive note.
Let's go. And look, well, that's how we can end it right there. So I appreciate the positivity. I appreciate the convo as well. And as always, the support for the show also. All right.
Oh, yeah.
No
sure,
doubt, man. Appreciate you again. Peace, baby. Shout out right there, man. And everybody that did get a chance to call in, I appreciate you from the heart. Y'all know the drill. Hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And as I look down, I see what I need to see. So let me go ahead and get ready, because we're about to keep the fun rolling. All right. We had the good times going already, but we're just gonna keep them rolling. All right. So make sure I got my audio locked in, because I ain't the most technologically savvy dude. I just be over here just pushing buttons sometimes and praying that it shows up. All right. So here we go. But let's tap in. I think
we're here. Let me fix my screen. My big old forehead is like, bam, right in the center of the screen.
Look, it's a lot of PhD in this, a lot of knowledge in this, so it's all good. All right, we ain't tripping at all. We are not tripping. But
my big old forehead. How are you?
I was about to say, long time no see.
Yeah, it's been long time no see. It's been so long.
I was thinking about you earlier, and I was like, I ain't talking to TaNeisha. I got to talk to TaNeisha. I was like, we got this game coming up, man, and I haven't talked to TaNeisha about the game just yet, man. Even I just talked to you last night. We talked about we ain't go 2 hours, but it was about close 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? We had a good combo last night.
We did.
And now here we are.
I need to say something. I will drink grapefruit juice any day of the week, twice on Sunday. That is my pick.
Grapefruit? What?
I love grapefruit juice. And if I can get it freshly squeezed, I will drink it. So just throw that out there.
Wow. I am shocked. Grapefruit.
That's so look. So
the funny thing, right? Of all the juices, grapefruit, I think because I had it before my taste buds were ready for it, I'm like anti-grapefruit. I'm like, oh, grapefruit. I'm good. I'll drink the water. Let me get the water instead, man. Oh wow, that is dope.
I love it, and it's especially good like outside of the United States of America. Just FYI, because everybody uses it as a mixer for like other drinks.
Did y'all just hear the flex? It was real casual when she said outside of the United States. She said, she don't take local trips, is what she tried to explain to you guys. When she takes her vacations, she needs a passport, is what it sounds like. All right, I'm just letting y'all guys know this, just in case y'all ain't know. That was like it was a subtle, I got passport type vibes. I take international vacations flex. Just in case y'all ain't catch that.
I barely go outside. Like
I caught that.
The she was new like, version of me barely goes outside.
I was like, oh, international outside the stuff. I was like, hold on. I'm not PhD smart, but I know how to put things together. I was like, hold on now. Is that this?
I love it. Yeah. What did you do there? I had the grapefruit juice. You have to try it. So good. Anyways, I just wanted to call that out because I know that y'all were talking about that earlier.
Yes. Shout out.
And hello, chat. I see everyone saying hi, PhD. Hey, Dr. T. Hello to every single one of you.
Look. Matter of fact, because they excited. We're gonna make sure we highlight you. The Brobarian showing you love. X Concept showing you love. Okay, the PhD. You see that? This is how y'all supposed to show her. You know what I'm saying? That she's appreciated, that she's welcome, that she's wanted over here. All right. PA, even the homie James Skicker, the doctor. He said, Dr. TaNeisha, not to doctors in the house, man. Like I said,
that's your fault. This is all your fault. That was look. I'm supposed to just like sneak in, talk about the Steelers, sneak out, like stay. What did that person say? Not be talked off the ledge. Keep the intensity. Like
don't let me influence you.
Yeah, don't let you influence me. Don't let you change my intensity. So like that's all I'm trying to do. It's just like do my part. You know what I'm saying? So.
No, absolutely. Well, hey, we here. I'm riding with you. We ready to roll. Yeah. I'm glad that you're here. It's victory formation time. All right. And since I know, like I said, when you up here, it's big business. I put on my work clothes today. Okay. I said I'm gonna keep
logo?
on. I got. You see. I'm ready. All right. Let's go.
That's so funny. I love it. I love it.
So let's get into it. Obviously, we have the Patriots coming to town. Or actually, us going up there, but either way, you know how it's going to be.
Yeah.
So, in terms of, Patriots, where do you want to start with? You want to start with some of the things you like about them or some of the things you don't like about them? I like when you choose. You know that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, Mike George.
Yeah, I like when you choose.
Let's go with things that are concerning me.
Okay.
And then we'll end on the upswing. We'll end
Let's
on
do
the
it then.
however, but okay.
All right.
One thing that's concerning me, the caller actually kind of said it on the tail end, is their special teams. So one of the things I've noticed in just watching them, because we all know by now, I watched them both times that they played this year. Okay, I'm doing my research. Okay,
listen. That's why we do what we do. You feel me? We don't just talk to anybody. We talking here because I know what you do. I know what you is. Come on.
So the special teams, punt return, kickoff return, like they're aggressive. They are playing to get yards. I think it's an important piece of what they're trying to do. And Hendrickson's back there sometimes. Sometimes they have another guy. I can't think of his name, but it's just something that I noticed because when I watch Pittsburgh, I get concerned about our coverage. Yeah. And so it's kind of the flip. And our punter is like, I sometimes feels like he's kind of out kicking the coverage a little bit. And that makes me a little nervous. So that's the first thing I noticed with them is like, they are very aggressive with special teams. So
I love that. So since you brought up the special teams first, and this is perfect. I feel like sometimes you're like in my like pre-show meeting because I'm over here like, yo, how did you not want to talk special teams? How did you like the fact that you brought it up? I'm like, yo, this is perfect. Let's go. So 1,000%, man, I'm with you all the way there because yes, you can see where identity-wise, Mike Vrabel, very similar to Coach Tomlin in terms of what he wants to do. Physical, run the ball, minimize turnovers, win the special teams element, right? It's the non-sexy version of today's NFL. Right. But when you look at how productive they were, they had a kickoff return for a touchdown, right? Antonio Gibson, RB3. I know running backs aren't supposed to run kickoffs back, especially if they don't run 4-2 or 4-3. I get it. But he actually ran a touchdown back just last week. And we know Travion Henderson, the rookie from Ohio State, who we also said doesn't have a lot of experience running back kicks. He also ran one back in the preseason because that's the mindset. So when you say they're aggressive with it, for sure. Every time they get one, they're trying to take it to the house and they want to make you tackle them. Those are big backs. They're going to make you put a hat, a shoulder pad, and fit that up. Otherwise, they're running through that contact. But the other part of it, when you're talking about their special teams, it's like they have this like weird highs and lows all at the same time. I mean, in the same game, you have an explosive kickoff return for a touchdown, but then you saw with their punt coverage a little bit up and down. They allowed a punt return for a touchdown.
Yep.
And now it's like, okay, well, which variation are we more worried about? Can we attack that part while still protecting against this? And that's going to be the real part right there, man, in terms of the name of the game right there. Now, Corliss Waitman, shout out to Corliss. We'll have him on the show tomorrow. Can't wait to talk to him because he got a big, he been putting that thing kind of crazy far. So yes, out kicking the coverage is a concern. And as a guy that at one point in my career, I did cover those punts. It's like, hey, bro, that out kicking the coverage stuff gets scary because you're like, hey, bro, he got an actual full head of steam. And it's way tougher to tackle this guy when he actually is ball in the hand plus grass coming back at you a la Antonio Brown. That's why he would dominate because teams outkick their coverage to him. And it's just tough to deal with. So those are legitimate things that I'm with you concerning for. How did you feel about their kicker? Also, it's like you hit a 50 plus and then you missing 2 extra points. I'm like,
he's another one that's a little
the state kickoff on top of it. Like, ooh.
Yeah. I will say that the Patriots as a whole, I feel like are trying to find their identity under Vrabel. Because I feel like they have a lot of penalties also. They're heavily penalized right now. That's one thing. The other thing is it's like, you'll watch 3 series and you're like, what is this offense? And then you'll watch the next one and you're like, oh, that makes sense. And then you'll watch the next one and you're like, yeah. So it's like, I think that they don't know what it is. And as a watcher, I don't know what it is.
So look. I was about to say, what one series is 2 running backs, is tight ends, they're heavy run. couple series later, they throwing the digs, they hitting booty. You like, bro, y'all trying to spread it out of it. You got the running back releasing out the backfield. I'm like, whoa, this looks way different, man.
Yeah. So, and then obviously, you know, for our lovely Steelers, well, we're at right now. I'm like, is that going to be a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Are we ready for that? Does that actually play to our strengths? And we've been missing the whole thing the whole time. Like, can I not call our linebacker soft anymore after this game? Like, I don't know. So it's like, it's hard. I don't know how that matches up. I don't know what that looks like. And then, you know, then the Dolphins, like, I don't know. The game to me was so weird because the Dolphins were like, we're not here to play. And then they played. And then they weren't here to play. And then the special teams touchdowns. And then so again, I don't know.
The last like 10 minutes of the game was like, what is this? This is crazy. Yeah. This is crazy.
I literally said out loud, I was like, this game is drunk. Like, this game is actually drunk. Like, it doesn't know what it wants to do. Everybody wants to win. I don't know. It's
like they want to win, they want to lose at the same time. Like, y'all are doing things to like that, you know, this leads to losses when you do this on tape. But then y'all doing things where it's like, for sure, you're going to kick a lot of butts you keep putting that out there. But how is it all happening within like 2 series of each other?
Weird. Also, like, surprising to anybody who knows anything about the Patriots, their offensive line is also struggling. Their offensive line looks very similar. Like, their offensive line is kind of, I think, like 3 sacks, 4 sacks. Like, they are also struggling. So it's kind of like, in a lot of ways, it's like 2 teams that are kind of struggling are playing each other. And we're kind of mirror images of each other in a weird way. And I don't know what Drake May is any more than I knew what Sam Darnold was. So, I mean, we might make Drake May look like freaking, you know, Tom Brady. I don't know. But
TaNeisha, you are talking, you speaking my language.
Those are all the things I think. I'm just like, I don't even know how to classify any of
But
this.
it is so perfect how you doing it, right? Bring up a little bit. Let me get in it. Let me talk. All right, let me get this part real quick. All right, drop in some more. Let me get a little more of this. All right, so you gave me O-line, you gave me quarterback. Oh yeah, we got it.
So fix it for us. Make that pizza for us.
Because for a fact, right? When you said they are very similar to us, one of the things I literally have in my notes, I put, man, Steelers, Seattle / Vrabel Titans. That's what this offense, when I watch them, that's what I feel. It's like, man, they want to do 12, they want to do 21 personnel, right? 2 tight ends, they want to run the ball. But then it's like, okay, 1 minute they look like the offensive line is good, then the next is like, not so good. But you look at what they invested in terms of resources. Will Campbell a year ago was what, the 4th overall pick. That's the left tackle, right?
Yeah.
We know what we spent in terms of our resources on the front, right? They brought in Morgan Moses over. I think he was in Washington before he came over to New England. But this another dude, man, has been in the league for a while. Garrett Bradbury, they brought him over from Denver, right? Highly productive player, man, during this time, a former 1st-round draft pick. But these are all pieces. They still got to gel. They still got to get used to each other. They still have to play with consistency up front, not just running the ball, but also in their pass protection.
Right.
And that's where you see the up and down. And I'm with you with Drake May. Literally, my notes, can't make this up. I'm just like, yo, talented young QB, but all over the place. Because one moment I'm like, yo, I think he has a chance to be special. I'm like, yo, he can make every throw. He feels the pocket pressure, man. He takes off and run, and he actually can run. But then I'm looking and I'm like, why you throw that one? What you see there? Bro, you ain't feel that rush? What happened there? Yeah. So I don't know which version we're gonna get, and that scares me, honestly, because I'm like, yo, you're not full Sam Darnold where you're just predominantly pocket passing, but you're not Justin Fields either, where it's, man, we got to worry about you taking off. You're that perfect blend, but you really can make every single throw out there, and that does give me concern. But then when I look at their wide receivers, then I go back to, all right, see partly why it is what it is over there.
Yeah. The one thing they do well, which again is a little concerning, is they've stopped the run very well. They've been good at stopping the run on defense this year. And historically, the Patriots have a solid defense. Like they're usually pretty solid. And that's one thing that I kind of took notice of, where I'm like, okay, because we've struggled getting our run game going. And so that's the one matchup where I'm kind of like, something has to bend. Either they are going to continue to be great at stopping the run and we have to pivot, or this is the week that our run game does something and then they have to pivot on defense, which makes it a different game because they haven't had to do that yet. So yeah, this is one of the I wrote down this stuff and I was like, this is like a hodgepodge of if this, then this, but if not, then this. It's like, I don't know.
But when you think of where both of these teams are, right? And you look at how week 1 to week 2 for them, week 1 to week 2 for us, we're kind of mirror images. It's like we can swap out some of the names, but it's like we're both too young / mixed with veteran. And it's like, okay, we feel like we like our coaching staff, but yet for some reason it isn't always the most consistency in terms of message to player and production every single time. So we're like, okay, is it the player or is it the coach? Is it the message being lost? Is it the personnel not good enough? Because I look at their receivers with the Patriots and I'm like, okay, you got Diggs, and Diggs on occasion flashes. They really using him out the slot, but then it's like, man, I don't see him at all. Like, all right, now you try to go to Booty. I'm like, I don't know what they're trying to do. And when you look at the youth that they have, this is part of what comes with it. Now, the other thing that I think they do really well, though, they lean into those 2 running backs, Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson. Holy cow. We know Henderson first round pick this year. We know Stevenson, they just paid really well a year ago. They're going to run. They run them dudes, man, when they want to. And it's like, man, you can see when they lean into that, I'm like, oh, you could get it going because, man, they start to play action pass off of that. Then they release them dudes into the pass. It's like, all right, cool. But then they go away, and it's like,
then they go away. Yeah, it's weird.
Y'all forgot they exist.
I was coming in with all these things, and I was like, okay, I'm missing it. Moats is going to be able to explain this away because, like, former NFL player in the spotlight, a starter, value add, all of these things. So, like, where's your brilliance? Like, I need you to give me some feedback here.
There's certain things when you're watching, and this is what we say early in the season, you got to give 4 games. Because after 2 games, I don't know exactly, are they trying to be a physical run, or do they want to do some of the things where they spread it out and pass, and they've shown some more success there in terms of letting Drake May really play quarterback and have to read his options. Most teams don't want their quarterback having to read all 5 options. Outside of, let's see, Dallas, Cincinnati, Buffalo, Ravens on occasion, it's like, yo, they're trying to minimize it, man.
Right.
1, 2 safety valve, either the check down or you run it. Drake May at times, it's like you'll see him, like he can go through all the reads, and it's like, that's dope, but it just puts a lot more pressure on him to be right every time. And I think they're kind of stuck in that limbo, so to speak. But I'm like, yo, you got this running game that if you just stick with that, that's going to be a issue to deal with, because those aren't little bags either, man. Stevenson, him and Henderson.
Is I didn't obviously I don't watch film like that much of detail, and I didn't think about it until just now. Their offensive line, I wonder if their offensive line is one of the reasons why they don't know if they want to run the football or do, because the offensive line just looks a little wonky. It's like ours. It's like a little unstable. It's like Broderick 1 week is and then the next week he's good, but then the other side, it's like they're literally just like us.
And now TaNeisha, and now we say game plan for yourself, and then we're gonna also game plan for the opponent. It's like, well, which version am I getting of us? Right? Because we can say we want to be a physical team and we want to run the ball, man. We think if we run the ball consistently, man, that'll take some of the pressure off of this and open up this. And it's like that all sounds good until you're sitting there on first down and okay, you didn't get moving up front. Now you're sitting at 2nd and 10, and we're like, we're gonna do it again. And now we're looking at 3rd and 10.
And you know what's coming, right? And you know what's coming,
ready for the toss. You know the toss play, and it's like, but that's the thing. So I'm just like, we have to have the consistency up front, and that's the part where I brought up the O line that we had, obviously with Pouncey and those dudes, man, where it didn't matter who was behind them, you knew they were going to win up front, so you could just roll with that. Right now, we have still legitimate questions about how much these guys have developed, how much they've gelled, and even week 1 to week 2, we said it's a mixed match. None of us would be willing to bet any of our significant things that we hold true to us on this group being the same next week. We're like, hey, bro, I don't know what that's going to be next week. They might look great, they might look terrible next. I have no clue right now. It's like, and even with the matchup, I'm like, okay, on paper, yeah, they should like this matchup. At least when we're talking about defending against the pass, they don't have the let's see, the Leonard Williams version or the Quinnen Williams or even a Will McDonald, right? Harold Landry, good player, but we don't look at Harold as, man, that's something you have to really circle and be very weary of where he lines up at. Their big acquisition was Milton Williams, who is a nice player. I wanted us to pursue him potentially in free agency to help with our D line, but it's like, even with his style, it's not the same feel that you feel with Leonard Williams last week or even Quinnen Williams in week 1. So it's like, man, that's the thing that on paper, I'm like, yeah, we should be able to have success. We should be able to run the ball. We should be able to protect against this group.
Yeah.
Now, us knowing that we should be able to, and us actually executing are two different things. The same way we say, hey, if you're a return man, catch the football, and if the ball goes in the end zone, put a knee on the ground, down it. It sounds good when we're in AC, when we chilling here, when there aren't, live action, distractions, head hurt, toe, feet, whatever. It's like, yeah, man. And that's the thing that I always laugh when, we look on social media and we'll see the film where we'll highlight what a player did wrong. We're like, oh, or we should have just called this. I would have called this in that scenario. It's like, yeah, how easy it is after the fact. Like when you already know the outcome, when you have this all 22 high view, how easy that is. Exactly. Impress me. Go on the sideline and call that when you don't have all these things. You don't have replay. In fact, you got 10 seconds to figure out my communication from me to that LB because he needs time to communicate to that D line and to these LBs and to these wide or these safeties and all that other stuff. It's like, man, sitting here rewind it 30 times and then come up with it. That's not impressive. No, heck no, man.
No, it's a good point. It's a good point. And I think too, it's so hard because we're like, we don't know who we are. Let's just call it what it is. We honestly don't know. Mm-hmm. We know who we're supposed to be. We know what we're supposed to do. We don't know who we are. And because we don't know who we are, and the thing we think we're supposed to be is really good on defense, and we haven't been, we're kind of like, are we going to give up another 30 points? Like, we don't even know.
No. Actually, I was corrected. Shout out to the callers. Points. 24 points. Yes. Don't be putting that 30 on us back to back. Defense got better last week than this week. You got to chill out, man.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Think about 30 in week 1. It was 24 in week 2. All right, that's improvement.
No. We're not changing our expectations. Who was it that said the thing to me? Shay. We are not changing our expectations. We are not lowering our expectations. We are not justifying.
That's what they told me. All right? It won't 30 points back to back. They'll be throwing out 30 points back to back like that.
30.
Have some respect for the guys.
No, 30 points. Like, no, you own it. You just got to eat it. It is what it is. Like, it's football. It's team sport. You just got to take it. It's fine. Just take it. It's fine. I don't. Okay, so I don't know. I mean, I don't really. And then so then I look at our team, right? So now I'm like, okay. DK, can you catch this week? Let me know. Yes, no, right. Okay.
The routine ones, not even the crazy ones, just the routine plays.
Can we catch? Like, I just tell me yes or no. Okay, cool. Can we establish a run game? I'm not asking for 175 rushing yards. That would be fantastic. I'm not asking for it, but can we use our run game? Can we? I don't know. So it's like all of these things where I usually will go. Now, what I do know is Boss is going to line up and kick a field goal, and he's going to make it. Now, I'll give you that. Come on now, talk. But I don't know anything else. Like I just, and it's weird for me. It's a weird place to be in because I don't even know what's the guaranteed. Yes, our punter's going to have a great punt. Okay, respect him for that. But it's like everything else. I'm like, I don't know. Did Calvin Austin figure out his thing last week? Is he gonna? And he should have caught the ball last week, and he didn't. It hit his hands and popped up. So can you catch the ball when it hits your hands? Firemouth, can you catch the ball when it hits your hands? Like, can we do our jobs? Is that look, yes?
And that's the beautiful part because the guys are having them. They've already had that convo, and for sure, that's what it's supposed to be this weekend. Absolutely, I like it because personally, it's like, man, when you have a great performance, you really have to gauge against the guys coming out flat, right? Man, I read my press clippings all week. Everybody's told me how great I was all week. Everybody's patting me on the back. Oh man, it's different right now. Now, the funny thing is this, but this is the funny part. This is the funniest thing. Fans will feel as if like they're really getting on the guys, and it's like if you've ever sat in a meeting, there isn't even close to a level of social media interaction that feels like when you're actually in there and that dude is grilling you on Front Street with your tape up there in front of all of your peers. It's like, bro, by the time you get to the end of the day, you're like, oh my gosh, thank you.
This is nothing.
You mean to tell me I could just put this down? Because it's like right here.
Yeah.
This time is right here, and I can't like look away, and I can just feel it. It's like and all my guys are looking at me, and they know I did it. They know I messed up.
Yeah, there's nothing you can say.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I'm excited because I feel like, man, whenever you get a chance to overcome adversity, especially for these competitors, right? You heard the caller talking about Patrick Queen and how fired up he is. Because what we said was, man, dudes don't get to this level by mistake or by accident. You get to this level because you've overcome so much. So it's nothing to feel like, man, I already had a bad performance or my performance wasn't up to par. And this the other part. We talk about PQ and Peyton Wilson. It's like Peyton Wilson was one of our most productive players in the game. Yeah. PQ also, right? But the standard's the standard. And that's the beautiful part of it. So for those dudes now, it's like, okay, that wasn't enough. Watch me this week. Let me show you something. Hey. And you always hear the term, when we saving receipts, right? For some people, they get enamored with that. But there are dudes that keep notes of that. They keep record of that. It's like, yo, I remember how people talked. I remember when you said I was not good enough. Or you had all of these concerns that you couldn't just sit back and relax, right? You was just, bet. You know what? Yeah. Stay like that the whole year. Watch me work. Yeah. And then when that confetti raining and you want to, then let me decide, right? That's
I'll be there.
That's players. You know what I mean? That's players. But it's like, yo, that's what it's supposed to be. And that's why we say, man, yo, as a player, you live for that. You would much rather want your fan base that in tune, that, hanging on every little play versus the alternative where nobody cares if you win or lose because you're not relevant. That's not fun. Absolutely not. It's not fun.
So you're basically telling me that I should just keep. I should keep.
Yes. Because until the guys give you a reason to consistently relax, you don't have, like you said, the experience that I've had, right? So for me, I know what that feels like. I know how this whole meeting is went, how this whole week is went. That's why I'm like, bro, I'm ready to see Sunday. Because if they all think they are, we should see something different come Sunday. But if they aren't,
that I agree with.
That'll tell us information. Absolutely.
Period. And you just keep the information in your brain and you store it away and you change, you change with it. Yeah. So then here comes the question that I've been thinking of asking, but I haven't ever had a chance.
Okay.
Because we've lost this week, because now it's a new week, or we lost last week. Now it's a new week. Now you have to get better, all the things. What is the difference between a pro and a professional?
Ooh,
how can we resolve the two? How will we know what we're looking at? Like,
absolutely.
What does that mean to you in this context? Because I think now is the time we're going to start to see that distinction.
1,000%. This is when you find out pros versus professionals, and it's a clear-cut divide. Pro is the guy that, man, he's just happy to have the logo. He has a great game or he makes a great play or two, and that's all he needed for the day. He's happy. Everything else can go wrong. Hey, man, I made my play. I'm cool, man. We lost. Hey, bro, I'll be all right, man. We'll figure it out next week. Oh, if we don't, all right, it is what it is. You just happy to be here, right? You just showing up. You just doing the bare minimum. Nothing. You don't watch film outside of work hours, right?
Got it. Okay.
Your first time hearing about the Patriots is Wednesday when you show up to the meeting with Coach Tomlin at 8:00. You're like, ugh. Actually, no, you probably didn't hear that till 9 because you ain't go to special teams at 8:20, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So those are pros. And there are a lot of pros that live in the NFL. Trust me on that one. That's why the league average is what it is. But the professional is the guy that's going to do the above and beyond. The professional is the guy that says we don't get paid by the hour. And what that means is I don't care if I got to watch this tape until my eyes are about to fall out. I'm going to watch this until I understand it, and not understand it on a level that, it makes sense to me. I have to understand it so well that I can teach it and talk it to every single person around me.
Okay.
That's the level, right? Professionalism. Hey, it's not just the mental, physically. Man, how many plays did I play last week? All right, I played a lot of plays. I got to make sure that I'm doing the right things to rest and recover. What's my chiropractor schedule? What's my massage schedule? Twice a week for both of them, right? What's my cold tub, hot tub as soon as the game ended, win or loss? If I'm not attacking my rehab and my body recovery, then I'm already setting myself up for failure next week, because what happens when the fourth quarter hits? Everything that's accumulated in week 1 and week 2 is showing up then. And that's when we talk about young players' bodies breaking down, or you hear them say the rookie wall. It's because they haven't learned how to be professionals and take care of their body and mind during the season when you have the wins, the losses, the grind, the gruel of it. So it adds up. And before you know, by the time you get to November, you're like, bro, my legs don't work.
Yeah.
My back always hurting. My shoulder hurts all the time. I don't want to hit that guy anymore. I'm fried mentally, Most. I can't watch another tape. It's like, man, because you haven't been doing this thing right.
Yeah, you've done it wrong.
You've been a pro. You know what I mean? So that's the big difference. In weeks like this is what you see. And you hear me speak with such confidence and excitement. For some people, man, when you come off of a bad performance, it's anxiety. It's fear. It's doom and gloom. It's what if it happens again? It's what if they don't do it this week? What if we can't stop the run again? What if we can't get the O-line right again? What if? But it's always the negative side to it, right? The professional, because you've done it so many times, you've overcome it so many times. It's like, yo, you a hitman. It doesn't matter what the scenario is, bro. We coming up out of there and we dubbing this. You know this. So whatever took place last week, watch me fix this week. Whatever didn't work last week, watch me make it right this week. Oh, even from a coaching staff standpoint, you heard it loosely, right? With Caleb Johnson. Because I'm saying, yeah, man, he's probably not going to be out there. Strong chance he's not going to be out there. I'm interested to see, though, what does that actually mean in the sense of two things? Is he not out there in the sense he's in street clothes? Because that is for sure a definitive message to that young fella that, yo, what you did wasn't good enough and you got to wait to get your opportunity again. But don't be patient. Make sure you cooking them on practice squad, right? In the meantime. Okay. That's one version. But the other variation, and I'm waiting to see, I won't know this until the game starts. Are they going to put him out there on special teams in the true special teams manner? Blocking and covering kicks. Yeah. You couldn't catch the kickoff, right? Or hold on to the ball. So now go block for that guy. Hey, you can't return punts because you've never done it, right? So now go play left guard on punt, even though that's Carson Bruner. You're not going to have to take his spot because he's a dog on it, right? Oh, go play the wingback. You're not going to do that. That's Miles Killebrew. He's a dog on it too. But it's like, you better go figure out, I want to see where's the next spot that you're going to land at where you're going to make an impact, because I can't even get to you getting the ball just yet until I figure out how to justify putting you in a helmet for this game. So that's the thing I'm interested to see, because if he responds, and I hope Coach Simon gives him the opportunity. I know some people are going to say, well, you're putting him in another position to fill. He's never done this.
He's got to try. We got to keep.
But this is the thing. Like, we as players look at that as opportunities.
Right.
Fans at times say this isn't what he has done, so why put him out there? And we broke it down. It's like, okay, you can wait forever for this one spot, but Jalen Warren makes how much money? Kenneth Gainwell makes how much money? They are going to play. They're going to get the lion's share of those reps.
Yeah.
And we could only have so many people out there. So how do I justify you? And I'm hopeful that Caleb Johnson gets that opportunity on special teams in a true traditional manner.
Yeah.
Core 4 guy. It takes the ball pressure off of you, but it does put more onus on you to produce. You got to make a tackle. You got to make your blocks. Period. It's a very different mindset, but athletically, you still should be at a competitive advantage. Why? You're big and fast and strong. That's what you need on special teams. That's why linebackers and safeties thrive on it. Big, fast, strong. And it's the mindset. I'm trying to knock your head off, right? So you're a physical back. We know you're not a scat back that wants to avoid contact. You're the opposite of that. So let's see, man. If you're not a return guy, are you a cover guy? And that's the thing that I want to see with him, to see, okay, this could give you that first glimpse of pro versus professional for even a kid like that right there, man. You made a lapse in judgment, right? Weren't as detailed on your work. A pro lets that happen again. A pro lets that keep showing up on your tape. A professional, bro, we ain't got time for that. Make new mistakes. You can only have that error show up one time on your tape. After that, you better find a new thing, because once it shows up twice, now I'm questioning, man, what's going on? Are you not capable? Do you not care? Are you mentally not able to understand this? Now, do I need to replace you? And you don't want them conversations. When they start thinking that, it's like, yo, it's over. It's too late. So we're going to find out, man. But that's the part right now that I'm just, like I said, really intrigued to see. But that's the big difference to me between the pro and the professional amongst how we speak on it within the league circles. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. And I think it's always interesting. And I've said this plenty of times, that we forget that sports are still people. And this game football is just like life. If you've never tried something, it doesn't mean you don't try it. It means you try it and you see if you're good at it. And if you're not, you don't do it. And if you're kind of good at it, you keep working at it. That's what's going to happen to Caleb Johnson. He tried something, it didn't work. So we got to try something else. Like, we just got to try something else. Yeah. I mean, you and I didn't know each other from anywhere. And we were like, let's just do this thing. And guess what? You try it out and you keep working at it and you keep making it better. And I think that we have to stop assuming these athletes, because they're at the pinnacle of their careers, that they still don't go through the life things. Like, we all go through that. He's got to learn. And you know what? I hope Caleb Johnson learned the best lesson there was ever to learn in that situation. And now he's obsessed with, okay, what is my job? What am I supposed to do? Okay, I screwed that one up, but what am I supposed to do? What did I get wrong? Was it my angle? Whatever it was, right? And so that's what, because let's be honest, I hope that's the kind of guy the Steelers drafted.
Absolutely.
Because that's what this is about. It's like, because if he's not that, we have a problem.
You're absolutely right.
Okay. So,
and when you
like
say you hope
a breakdown.
Okay.
No,
well,
I was just saying, I like your breakdown.
Yeah, and I was gonna also follow up because you said, man, you hope that we're drafting those type of people. That is the mindset. And that's why when I speak with that confidence, it's like, I know the type of people that they brought in when I was there. I know the people they brought in since I've been there. And it's like, that's the type of mindset they're looking for. They don't want people that are front runners that, hey, man, when it's going well, man, they're at the front of the line. They're the leaders. They beating their chest. And when it goes bad, they the ones, hey, man, that ain't me. I don't even want to be here no more. Man, get me out of here. Nah, it's like, bro, we ain't got time for that. Don't minimize your role, right? If you're in it, you're in it. But at the same time, it's like, yo, you just got to continue to work at it. And like you said, man, just like with everything in life, whether it's this show, whether we're talking relationships, whether you're talking, in school, it's like you're constantly improving. You're constantly seeking evolution.
Over and over.
Right. Because it's either you're going to evolve or you're going to go the other way.
Right.
And that's just how life goes. And especially in the NFL, is just more rapid in terms of like, yo, you don't get 10 years to figure it out or 20 years. Like, nah, bro, you better figure it out next time we put you out there because you're another turnover away. Right. You're another turnover away from it getting really weird around you, bro. Really, really weird, man.
And that's, I think, too, where as a Steelers fan, the privilege comes into play, because we've had the privilege of being able to say, no, we draft guys that love this. We draft guys that are going to obsess about this. So they might make a mistake. They might not look whatever. I might be harping on the defense. I might call them soft in week 2. I'm calling them soft because that's how much I'm disappointed. And I need to come back in week 3 and 4 and be like, haha, I was wrong. That's my expectation, because that is what they have shown me that I should expect. And so therefore, that means like this should be getting better at some point. And so I'm okay with that. And I'm also hoping I'm 100% wrong. Like, I am hoping that I have to apologize in my next videos. That is I would love that. Like, I would love it.
Let's go.
But we're not there yet. So, that's kind of how I see it. But I appreciate the breakdown, and I appreciate your perspective, because I think it's important to hear it from somebody that's like been inside of it. It's just different.
Yeah. Well, and I would also say, when you talk about if he is who I think he is and who the Steelers think he is, he for sure is obsessing over the mistake. You don't let it become your identity, but you never forget it. Heck, I still remember a jet sweep that I got scored on against, and it wasn't even my fault. Josh Scobie, Baltimore Ravens, Monday Night Football. We missed 3 field goals and everything. Jet sweep happens. We're in man-to-man coverage. Has zero to do with me, but because I was available to make a play and I did not make it, a little bit less than ready, right? Lack of awareness, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. I remember, man, the way Coach Tomlin talked to me, the way he made me feel, and I was like, bro, I swear you will never see me miss this play ever, right? And from that moment, I never missed another jet sweep. It was like, yo, even if it wasn't my role, it's like, yo, we were not missing this one. Oh, well, man, one of my first starts in Pittsburgh, I had an offsides penalty, man. I jumped the gun. Shout out to my dog TP. He hit me with the Troy. Troy was like, yo, Moats, it's every time. Just go. I'm like, all right, bro, say less. And I went. And it was on 2. And I'm like, God, Troy, God. And I remember, man, how the way, once again, how Coach got on me, man, made me feel. And then they started calling me the ball key guy, because every single day in practice, every single critical rep, every single situational, this is 3rd and short, 4th and short, I'm the guy that's out there, ball key. What does that mean? Watch the daggone ball, because they're going to hard count you. You're amped up. You're ready to jump off the ball and kill something. But if you don't think they're going to hard count you, now you're going to be looking like me. So you don't forget those. You obsess over it, but at the same time, it's like, yo, you don't make the same mistake twice. Otherwise, you don't get to get out there. And that's the thing that when I look at Caleb Johnson,
I like it.
He wouldn't have been brought here if he didn't have that already in his makeup, man. You don't make it here without having that. And that's the thing that it's like, man, just don't lose sight of who you are. Steelers draft certain people for a reason, man. Don't lose sight of who you are. I know it's loud, but stick with it, man.
And that is the joy of being a Steelers fan. Like, at the end of the day, when all of it's said and done, we can look at the stats. We can say it's ugly. We can say it's perfect. We can say blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But the joy of it is that I don't have to change my expectations. My coach has told me, Coach Tomlin, not to change our expectations. We don't lower our expectations because you're not meeting them. No. Period.
That means we got to work harder. We got to be better.
Exactly. And I love that. And I think that is the joy of this, is like, we get to do all the things because in the back of our minds, we're like, oh, they're going to figure this out. Now, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be that guy that figures it out, but they are going to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, somebody wearing the jersey is going to figure it out. Now, who is going to be in the jersey? That's none of my business, but it's like, and that's what I'm cheering for. I'm cheering for the Shield. I'm cheering for the organization. So, anyways. Well, that made me feel better. And I still don't know what to think about this game, but that made me feel better.
Well, trust me. So I was going to say, I got a couple of matchups that we're going to talk about that hopefully at the end of this thing will at least persuade us to feel a little bit better. All right.
That's what we're all here for.
Okay.
Bring us home. Bring us home.
So we know in terms of when they do want to throw that football, right? And it's not going to the running back. Stephon Diggs is one of their guys. That's the guy that they brought in free agency wise, gave him the nice contract. If I remember correctly, I think he got a new one on the way too. Shout out to Diggs. All right. But on top of that, it's like, yeah, man, Jalen Ramsey has been matching up with these type of players these first two games, right? We talked about week one, man, once Darius Slay had his opportunity with Garrett Wilson. From then on, it was Jalen Ramsey. Last week, Jackson Smith-Njigba versus Jalen Ramsey. We know this is the one right here. When they want to take those shots down the field, when they want to try to find ways to move the ball through the air, Diggs is the guy that has the most potential, has the most success. And you can see where Drake eyes tend to find Diggs. Now they're doing a great job of moving him in the interior part of that. And that's part of because he's getting a little bit older, slowing down a little bit. But that's also why I feel really good about this one, because he's not as explosive right now as Smith-Njigba or Garrett Wilson. So I'm like, yo, what? This is actually
he's right up Ramsey's alley. He's right up Ramsey's alley.
Hey, look, 4 years ago, different matchup. When I seen this one, when I was in Buffalo, it felt a little different. Now I'm like, all right, bro, it's got an ACL injury in there. This is a little different.
Y'all are mutually about the same talent right now.
Like hey, bro. So we should feel good there. All right, we should definitely feel good there. Next one, though, obviously, we maybe not feel as confident off the gate, but this is one of those ones that we got to figure out ways to win this one. And it's the running back matchup, man. Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson. We know those are the two guys that they want to use, both running the football and when they do some of their passing game, and not just the boring passes where it's go take the swing route. No, they're running them dudes down the grass, man. They throwing balls downfield. So this is where Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson, we know, okay, when it's 1-on-1 versus the run, yeah, those guys bring a lot. Get them on the ground, 11 has to the ball. But when it's that pass element, the same way we're saying they should have the advantage with the physical part, we have to win anytime it's pass related, anytime it's the finesse element of it. This is where PQ and Peyton have to show out, and they're capable of that. But they're going to try to test these dudes in all of those avenues because those are the guys that really make their offense go. All right. Now, after that, we want this running game going the right way. We need, I would like for us to have our first 100-yard rusher of 2025. I would like for that to take place this week. But it's going to have to happen in the trenches, and specifically their best D lineman right now to me is Milton Williams. That's the free agent, the high pedigree dude. He's going to see a lot of Isaac Seumalo, right? That's the side that he lines up on. He'll tap into that Mason McCormick, but we're going to see more Seumalo. We got to win that. This is free agent on free agent, low key, former Eagle on top of that. That's one of those ones, though, when I'm thinking of these first two games and where we struggled at running the ball, the interior part of our O-line hasn't won that matchup enough. And Quinnen Williams and Leonard Williams, I'm like, oh, I get that. Last name is Williams, but Milton ain't that. All right. With all due respect. They all Williams, but you can see that it was like Quinnen was the big dog. Then it was Leonard. Now you see what I'm saying? So this is another one where I'm like, yo, this is the right direction here. Now we shouldn't feel overwhelmed in any capacity. And that's literally the one that I have the most concern for in their front, right? In terms of Milton, because like I said, I like him a lot. I like his game, man. He is a good player. But that's that. Now the flip side is this though, man. they're going to have to answer to us when we try to attack them running that football and passing it. And that's the Jalen Warren on Robert Spillane action, right? We saw when Bobby Spillane was over in Vegas a year ago, right? We saw how Jalen Warren matched up with him, and Jalen Warren had some success. Put him on his butt a couple of times. You're like, all right, bro, like you answering it. But we know what Spillane does. You know what Spillane does. It's like, yo, Spillane one of them ones. But we also, even last game, you can see where Miami has some success though on the football and making Spillane play in space. Devin Ainchain, man, at the end of the game, he steps out of bounds, but he almost has one where he's taking it to the crib, and it's like, yo, it's just the RB pass game. And who was in coverage against him? Spillane missed him twice. That's the part when I look at Jalen Warren, we know what he just did last week from a reception standpoint, the 60-plus yard, like field flipping, explosive play. It's like we know he's capable of that and capable of that more frequently. So we know we're going to be highlighting him. He had 14 touches, or in terms of 14 handoffs, and another 5 passes. That's dang near 20 targets, 20 touches, right?
That's 20. Yeah,
that means that, you see what I mean? So that means we got to make sure that we up in that capacity again, but also getting wins like that, because this is a matchup that we should feel really good about in that space. Like I said, I'm a Spillane dude, but I feel like Jalen should have an advantage in that vein. And then the last thing is, you go ahead, coin flip this one, but special teams on special teams.
Because, Lord, I think that's the matchup. I think that's
going to be the deal breaker. It's like,
I think that is.
I'm like, they literally ran a kick back and had a kick ran back on them in a span of like 20 seconds. You're like, bro, how did that happen back to back, right? And you know what we've done. 1 week we got special team heroes. Next week, special team zeros. They got a kicker that one moment he looks like, okay, maybe you nice. Then he's like, hey, bro, you cheeks, B. And then you look at our kicker and we're like, yo, it's boss. You know how we feel about that, man. Line it up wherever. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, man. But that's the one that, as much as I wish I could just come in here and have so much confidence about our special teams, I just don't know that just yet, because I do feel like our confidence in that space isn't where it needs to be. And that's due to some of the ball security stuff, man. When you have a turnover that counts for points, and then the week before that you have a fumble that takes place, it doesn't matter that it was just on kick return and it was with the same person. It feels like, man, I have anxiety when my unit goes out there.
Yeah, I get nervous.
And that's not a good feeling, right? That's not a good feeling. Heck, I remember when we used to put Deontay Johnson back there to return punts, and it was like, yo, he could run a punt back, but then you would see him miss catching punts, and it's like, yo, he's the fundamentals. He's catching outside the framework of his body. And as a guy that's like done, he's like, hey, bro, that's dangerous. And the fans like, it's like, no, bro, he just ran one back. He's like, no, bro, this is dangerous. Like, you better get your shoulders lined up on that ball. And we saw what literally the next season is like, yo, first game, Giants, like, what happened? Fumble. What happened again? He's like, hey, bro, we can't do that. So we don't want anxiety in special teams, because it's literally a one-play series every time. And the whole purpose of you being on special teams is to retain possession. Anything extra is a bonus, but retain possession. I
heard somebody say once, their first job on special teams as a special teams person is to catch the football. That's your very first responsibility. Everything else will work on it. But like, if you can't catch the ball, then
think about this. We subbed out Deontay Johnson for Ryan Switzer, who we knew Ryan Switzer didn't have necessarily, return big playability, but he could catch the punts consistently. And we would laugh. We would say, man, we ain't gonna get a lot of yak, but he always catches the football. He always maintains possession. And that literally is the bare minimum. Like, that's why I'm like, it's offensive lineman. And the reason I can tell you is because I know how these practices go. And what we do is like, everybody that has a potential of handling the football understands how to catch punts, understands how to catch kickoffs. Like, that's mandatory. Like, if you are even, I know that they have switched the alignments of some of this stuff, but it was nothing to go see Ramon Foster, Marquise Pouncey, Al Villanueva, Marcus Gilbert. They're catching kickoffs and punts, and I'm over here with me. It's like, yo, we got to catch it. And you got to learn the technique, because if you're out there, you're out there, right? But it's like, yo, that's literally the bare minimum. So I don't have a lot of like empathy or even like grace when we see that type of stuff, because it's like, yo, be a professional, man. Detail your work. You know what you're supposed. The same way, if you were playing running back, we wouldn't expect him to. If he lined up at running back and we say, yo, you're supposed to be behind the quarterback, but he keeps lining up behind the tight end, would we cut him any slack for that? We would say unacceptable, right? Because you should know this at this level. And that's how we look at some of that ball handlers. It's like, bro, nah, man, we ain't minimizing none of that, bro. You know what this is, and you know your role. So that's why I'm over here like coin flip right now with special teams, man.
Yeah,
but for sure,
biggest,
this,
kind of like, please.
That's the swing.
I'm like,
because it could go either way. I'm like, if we're just talking everything minus special teams, it's like I feel really good about certain things in this matchup. There's some stuff that's like some questions, but as a whole, we feel good about it. But that part, whew,
yeah. And and they're more penalized. So far, they've been more penalized than us too. So
they have been.
There's a lot of like, I don't know if it's undisciplinedness. I don't know if they're just a step behind. I don't know. Every guy does their own thing. But that's something that caught my eye where I was like, okay, something to kind of store in the back of your brain is like how they've been penalties. That was kind of something that I was like, okay, maybe that could be helpful depending on, when they get the penalties, makes the drives longer, all the things. So sign me up for all of those things.
Talk your talk.
Those intangibles. So those are all the things that I have. Also, I just laughed in the middle of you were talking because somebody told me I look like a chocolate covered strawberry. So I had to laugh. So I'm sorry. It was like very random. So I just needed to like explain why you were talking, and I immediately was like,
shout out to the edible arrangement. All right, we want edible arrangements today. All right, so that's why we got the chocolate cover strawberry here today. Okay, guys, there you go. All right.
So that was funny.
Y'all are funny, man.
Thank you, chat, and thank you for making me break my professionalism as I'm intently listening. I'm like, that's funny. So anyway, so thank you, chat, for that.
All right. And shout out to you for that too, man. All right, that's dope. I like that right there. Say yo, because I missed it. I was so locked in, I didn't even see it. Say yo, they call me a chocolate covered strawberry.
You were talking, and I was like, and then I was like, oh crap, get focused. So yeah, because I saw respectfully, and I was like, oh god, what did they say? And then I saw it, and I was like, that's funny. That's actually funny. It's funny.
Let's go. I like that.
Yeah, I like to laugh.
I like that.
I like to laugh.
Yes. She got good sense of humor, guys. All right, it's good sense of humor. She brings a lot to the table. All right, she's here for a reason. She brings a lot. Okay, y'all like her. Okay, she's bringing a lot. She's bringing a lot. Okay, so here we go. Now, but as we get into the back end, I gotta ask. Okay.
Yeah.
Vegas likes us this week. Vegas, according to DraftKings, has us favorited -1.5. So they think the Steelers are at least, about 2 points better than the Patriots, even on the road.
Okay.
Even us traveling, even all of the question marks about O-line, about, can we stop the run? They obviously got Travion Henderson, Ramondre Stevenson, Antonio Gibson. They got like a little, they doing their thing, but it's like Vegas still likes us. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like that's appropriate this week? If you were Vegas.
I think I like us too, because there's one thing we haven't mentioned. Neither one of us mentioned Aaron Rodgers at all.
Let's go.
Like not once.
It's carried over from last night.
And I think he's the X factor. I think he and the things that we did mention though was like, can Pat Freiermuth catch the ball? Can DK Metcalf catch the ball? Can Calvin Allison catch the ball? And because if you go back to that game, if they make those 3 catches, we might be looking at a different game altogether. And the guy who made those throws was Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And that was including all of the other stuff that went south.
Absolutely.
And I trust Aaron Rodgers to manage a football game. I trust Aaron Rodgers to do the right thing. If there's anyone on this team right now that I'm saying he's going to do the right thing, he's going to be able to read the defense. He's going to be able, it's him. And on the road, I have to trust that. Like, I just have to. And that's probably where their kind of closeness, but like we got to tip it to them, comes from, is Aaron Rodgers. I mean, what is Drake May? Nobody knows. Yeah. Nobody knows. So anyway, so I agree with them because our X factor, we didn't even mention our quarterback. Isn't that crazy? Like that's where we're at nowadays. We're like, we trust him. Everybody else,
literally, I promise that was my energy. I'm like, O-line, how do I like this matchup? Oh, I like this one a lot, actually. Okay. Receivers, how I like this matchup. All right, I see some things, but as a whole, I like this one for us. I'm not worried about Rodgers at all. I'm like, if you keep him upright, he's slinging that thing, all the freaky arm angles, the pocket mobility, all of it, throwing right, throwing left. Yeah.
Across his body, whatever
you know what I mean? Right. I'm like, y'all told me he can't move. He's old, the Achilles, this, that. But I'm like, I don't see that when I watch him. I don't. He can't take the hits. He's always like, I've seen him take some shots, even that weren't even related to O-line. It was just, yo, you out the pocket. You know what I mean? You took a shot here. And he's like, oh, yeah, you still look good. In fact, okay, if I have to be critical, I have two concerns then for Rodgers. The one was on that third down when he acted like he was about to take off. And then he realized, all right, bro,
I'm old.
This ain't...
He was like, oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. This back is killing me. I ain't doing that. Yeah, I saw that one. I saw that.
Bro, what killed me? I said, we back. Oh, no, we ain't. Smart, get down. Don't take that hit. Get down, bro. Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. So that one, and then he had one where he was rolling, and he completed the pass. No, I think it's when Remove dropped it. But it was a beautiful dime. And he like jumped and threw it, but he fell. And I'm like, oh man, be an athlete, man. What you falling for? We don't hit the ground, bro. You know better than that. Like, what you practice? Like, P Squad hit the ground. You never hit the ground. You Rodgers, bro. We don't touch the ground. You know that. So at that point, I was like, all right, bro, he'll bounce back. But other than and when he made the throw late in the game to Jalen Warren to the left side, he looked like an athlete. He was over there hopping. I'm like, okay, that's what I want to see.
And can we say something? Rodgers is a professional. He's not a pro. And it should like there's things that he's doing where I do have moments I'm like, oh, right, of course he made that throw. It's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Of course, that was right on the money. We're not even talking about another drop. Like, how many drops do we have? Do we know how many drops do we have?
Right. Think about it.
I think we all know
focus on it way more. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what was like 4 drops, like in one game. That was just last week. And I think the week before that, there were a couple. So it's
another
like
2 to 3 easily. Yeah.
Yeah. Like catch the ball. Like period. Like catch the ball. Like enough. Like catch it. Especially you, DK. Yeah. Catch the ball. Yeah. Like I don't know what else to say to you. I don't.
But that is a true testament. But that is a true testament, though, to Aaron Rodgers. When you think about it, right? The past 3 years, we've been more focused on guys that drop the ball because we're like, yo, we don't pass the ball well enough for you to drop a pass.
Right.
We don't throw it well enough. We don't know if you're ever going to get open again. You can't drop this pass right now. Think about this. Back-to-back weeks, we done had multiple drops, and we don't even like. He's like, all right, we know we're gonna get this next one in because I know Rodgers gonna put it in. He's gonna find somebody again, and you're like, dang, go on. Like we'll see a person drop the ball twice. He's like, yo, Rodgers still gonna put it on the money. Whereas, like you said before, he was like, hey, babe, hey, you can't miss that throw, man. That was our best. That was our one throw for the game, man. Yeah. Is it a fade? Is it back shoulder? Is it a deep ball? Come on, man, this is the one throw. Please make the catch. What are you doing?
No, did I tell you? I don't think I told you this last night, but when that sounds awful, but you know what I'm saying. When Cam Hayward tipped the ball and the defender caught it and he was ready, and I was at home going, "You have to score. We can't score. You have to score.
You have to score.
You have to, like, please." Because I'm like, oh gosh, like I don't know what we're gonna do, and it's like that's that old like mentality of like. And then we scored, but it's like forgetting that we have Rodgers. It's like forgetting like, oh, if we get inside the 20 now, we might score a touchdown.
Even our first 2 drives, how we didn't score a touchdown, we marched on the field and kicked back-to-back field goals. It still felt different, right? Years past, you're like, dang, boss kicking another field goal. This time it was like, hey, bro, y'all got lucky. He coming back for your head. He's coming back. You know he's coming back, right? He kicked another field goal. All right. You know he's coming back though, right? Like, and that's Rodgers. That's the Rodgers effect. And even in the game, think about it. Everything that transpired in the turnover, even in the end zone, it was like, bro, he came back. It was just, a little bit of a, come on, Calvin, let's make that thing work next time. But it's like, you feel confident that, he's going to come back. But the thing that I do feel like, and like I said, I'll say this before we end up wrapping it all the way up and everything, but I do feel like, man, with Rodgers, his ability to just gauge risk management, right? Young quarterbacks, inexperienced quarterbacks, people that don't really have that other element of what about the negative side. They're so enamored with, man, let me just get the highlight. Let me throw it deep. Let me just take all the crazy chances, right? I want to throw it across the middle because it's sexy. Let's just keep doing it. And you're like, yeah, but the more times you expose yourself to negativity at this level, the higher the probability of that bad thing actually happening.
Right.
Defensively, we talk about it all the time. Man, you see a guy drop an interception or miss a chance to have a turnover. What happens the next play? Man, usually something bad. It's like, yo, man, it's getting worse. Like, yo, you let the drive continue on. You got to take advantage of these opportunities. Flip side, though, for Rodgers, it's the same concept, but from an offense's mentality. He's not just putting the ball in harm's way for the sake of being aggressive. He's very thoughtfully aggressive. But then at the same time, he's also able to do all of the little things, right? Let me take time with the cadence. Now, let me speed the cadence up.
Yeah.
Hey, man, let me act like this is a hard count. Hey, let me actually go on first down. That's the game within the game that when we throw out game manager, we think of that as, oh, that's all that person is doing. And it's like, no, this is all a part of game managing. This is all a part of that. You got to be able to make that sexy throw while also being able to make the routine check. You got to also be able to understand when I need to check to a pass, but when I need to just give this running back the ball for 2 yards. And that's the thing that I do feel like we've missed since Big Ben. But this is a part of why our offense has felt a lot more consistent and why we are starting to feel a lot more optimistic about it, even though we still have some questions about personnel. And that's the thing when we look at Arthur Smith and it's like we can see the play action and how we're moving some things around. But the confidence that we're feeling, that calming presence, it is for sure due to Aaron Rodgers. Absolutely.
Yeah. And there's 3 things I want to say. The first thing to your comment is I've never been more excited to see my quarterback throw the ball at somebody's feet. When Aaron Rodgers knows it ain't it, he's like, nope, dump it down. We're going to keep it moving. We don't even care about that play anymore. Obsessed. I love it. Like every time he does it, I'm like, yes.
Don't make a bad play worse. Get out the down. That's the next play.
I think more. The fact that I love it. I think it's a perfect play. It's not there. You don't force it. You go on.
You're not a fan of hero ball. You don't want us to reverse spin this way, try to get back, juke that way, ball over here. Then whatever happens. Oh, all right.
He's 40. He's 40. He's 40. He's a man.
Man is the game. Get it out.
So just throw at the feet. When you see a toss this weekend, everyone, if you're hearing my voice, when you see a toss from this offense on this weekend, yes, I will be collectively losing my crap. I will continue to say it every week. So just get ready. So I'm just throwing it out there because think of me when you see it. Don't be mad. Just think of me. Okay. Because I'll be mad enough for all of us. So,
well, they for sure are going to run it this week because Miami actually had an explosive play off of the toss.
Oh my God. I saw that.
You already know it. You already know. As soon as I seen it, I was like, oh, yep. Arthur Smith is over here like, oh, baby. Like, yes, I got him now.
Tosses. Oh
I got him now.
I'll be losing my crap. And then the other thing is too, I'll end with this, is I want to see more DK and Darnell Washington in the red zone. Like I want to see the play continue to evolve. I want to see the different variations and the bringing them in and we think we're going there, but we're not. We're going to the other side. Like all of that. I'm very fascinated to see the evolution of those packages and what they look like and how they look in there together and who Aaron Rodgers chooses and how people defend it. And just, because I think that might be one of our things that, I'm sorry, I need to stop reading the chat. I should have never said, think of me.
I was going to say, already know.
Sorry. So that's something I want to see. I'll stop talking. You got it. You got it from here. I can't.
I say, I'm good. I'm not messing with it. All right. I'm not messing with it. And I'm from the cloth of don't preach behind the preacher. All right. The way you just dropped that right there, man, that's how you do it. All right. So shout out to you. I'm with you on that. And I'm not saying anything that's going to get us in trouble. So all good.
You got it. Everything's good. Like, it was hilarious.
But hopefully, viewers, y'all enjoyed, victory formation again. I think y'all have been enjoying it. The way y'all be interacting with us, it makes you feel like y'all enjoy us a lot. All right. So hit the like button on both of our channels, man. Make sure you go tapping on Really Flawed as well. And subscribe to both channels also if you have not done so. You don't want to miss any of this, man. Like I said, we do this a lot. And it's only gonna keep going. We're only in week 2. All right. We gonna keep this thing going. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But with that being the case, though, man, like I said, it was a blast. Appreciate you as well, TaNeisha, taking some time from your busy PhD life. We do appreciate you gratefully. Okay. All right. Yeah. So no. I just had to get that out there. All right. So I do appreciate you. We all appreciate you. The chat appreciates you. And with that being the case, y'all stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow. And until next time, baby. Peace.
Bye. You